Hey guys, sorry I'm late. I've just set up a new stream. I've had problems with the other one, so I'm hoping that people would join this one instead of the one that I was on before. Something was up with the other live stream, so I'll just wait for people to join. I'll just send a message on the other stream. Hey, Football State. How you doing, mates? Yeah, sorry about the mix-up. It's not a mix-up. It was the StreamYard. Yeah, it's going good. It's going good. Yeah. So what happened? StreamYard messed me up. I think I set it up, went on to do the stream, and it was this was just disappeared, and I couldn't find a way of bringing it back. But I won't be defeated. I go again. Hey, DJ Sav, how's it going, mate? All right, let me just send a link. Hopefully more people will join this one. Yep. Again, apologies for the mix-up. Happy Easter, everyone. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you. It's a great video idea, but after I've named my top 10, I wonder whether you'll still say it's a good idea, because obviously we're all going to have our differences of opinion on this one. So what I want to do, I want to actually put my 10 up, and then I will then invite others to the stream. Hey, Green Turf. Well, listeners, you go, can't watch. Nice to see you. We haven't interacted for a while. The big man Green Turf is on it, guys. So I'm sure all of you have subscribed to him already. But you know, if you haven't subscribed to the Green Turf, what are you waiting for? You know, he's one of the best YouTube content creators out there. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Yeah, and support the big man. All right, okay, guys. Hopefully, more people will move over from the old stream onto the new, and I'm going to go through my 10, and then, as I said, I'll invite others to join after I've gone through my 10. I think I put it up there somewhere, and some of them are going to be a bit controversial, I think, for some people, but some not so. Right. Number 10, and this is going to be the controversial one, I think, and it's going to be Fernando Torres. Fernando Torres, I think, and the reason is, for me, why he comes in at number 10 as the 10th worst buy we've had is just because of the amount of money we paid for him. We paid 50 million for the man, 50 million. And he scored, I need to get my stats up. He scored, I think it was one every 5. I know it was. He scored at a rate of 1 goal in every 5, and I know some people are going to say that they don't view him as one of the worst, and but obviously a lot of people are looking at it sentimentally. And with Torres, he got us that decisive goal against Barcelona in Camp Nou, and that led us to the final. Although it wasn't the winner, it was still a decisive goal, because anyone who's been watching football as long as me will remember that heartache goal by Iniesta, when we should have, in that overbow. Less I talk about overbow, the better, because we had the overbow match where we should have got four or five penalties, and then Iniesta scored in the last minute. So yeah, I agree with what Green Turf said. Yeah, so that I wouldn't have changed it. I wouldn't have changed it, because obviously I did a video the other day on Aguero, and obviously we could have got Aguero instead of Torres, but I wouldn't have changed it, as I said, because that was destiny, the way that it was with Torres in there. Had Torres not been in there, we may not have been lifting up the Champions League. So yeah, sentiment aside, but taking that aside, if I'm looking at his whole career at Chelsea, then I would say that he was. He didn't give us a big good input for what we bought him from, because I've brought up his stats now. So for Chelsea, 110 games, 20 goals. So that's, as I said, 1 in 5. So if you're doing quick stats as well, let's do some quick stats for him. Actually, that's league goals I'm looking at. In 172 games, he scored 45 goals. So it's not as bad as I first thought, actually. So, but it's still not great. So if you're looking at 45 and you're dividing 50 million over 45, quick maths. Let's do that. 50 million over 45, 51, 3, divided by 45 goals. That's £1,111. £111,111 per goal. It's succinct, actually. It's all the ones. 1. So yeah, £1 million a goal. Was that worth it? Maybe not. But I said overall, the fact that he got us the Champions League. Yeah, but I know that, as I said, that was a controversial one. I was toying of whether to put him in or not. But then when I was looking down the list, there wasn't others I can justify not putting on the list ahead of him. And maybe it's because when we bought him for 50 million, I was so excited, and I thought that this guy was going to be giving us his Liverpool form, and he didn't really give us that Liverpool form when he was at Chelsea. 1 or 2 good matches, but when you're looking at it over the course of a season, I don't think it's great. So in at number 9 is Pato. As far as the heroics go, let's have a look at some of the comments here. So Torres' goal versus Barcelona 2012 successful UCL gives him a pass for life. I hear what you guys are saying. Big up, McCall. Big up. Yeah, I do hear what you're saying. Yeah, and I keep saying I wouldn't change him for the world though, because of what happened in that at that time. But hey ho. Number 9, I'm going for Pato. Pato was a strange one. Actually, we didn't pay any money for him, but I'm just going for him because he was really, really strange move, and that was just a move for his agent, Kia Jaroki, and whatever the guy's name is, and he just was brought in to try and get fit. To try and get him fit, and that was it. He hardly played any games for us. This guy I loved seeing this guy when he was at AC Milan, banging in the goals, and when he came to us, he was overweight, and he scored. Actually, yeah, he's played 2 games. He scored 1 goal, which was a penalty. But just because of the bizarreness of the move, and it was just Abramovich doing a favour for one of his favourite agents, which didn't go down too well with me. So at number 8, another one again. Another for me was the Falcao signing. Again, I'm basing this on expectation. Really, that's what I'm going by. What I expect of a player, because Falcao, again, one of my favourite players. I saw him destroy Chelsea in the Cup Winners' Cup. Not Cup Winners, the Super Cup, when he scored that sublime hat trick. I used to love watching him at Atletico, and he was at Man United before, didn't do too well at Man U, but I still had hopes that he'll come to Chelsea fully fit, because he obviously wasn't fit at United. He came to us again on the back of a bad injury that he had sustained, and that took its toll for him, and he just didn't cut the mustard with his goal tally as well with us, and he struggled for us. I think had he come to us fully fit when we wanted him after he went to Atletico, then I think he would have been a star for us. But I think it was the timing of the loan buy, and it was just a loan move anyway, so it didn't really count. Yeah, he only scored 1 goal. Oh, yeah, that header. Yeah, the header against Crystal Palace. That's the only goal that he scored. So these guys, for instance, when I open up the chat for you guys to come on, you guys need to tell me who your players are going to be as well. So when you say not Torres, you've got to give me your 10 who you're going to have in his place as well. Alex, I see you say you having Timo. Timo, I can't put Timo in there yet. It's too early. Welcome to the show, Alex. As I said, I'll open up the chat line in a minute. I'm just going to go through my 10, and once I've done that, we can then have the discussion. So I'm in at number 7 now. Who've I got in at number? Falcao was number 8, and at number 7, who've I got on the list? I've messed up my thing now. Yeah, Falcao was in there. Yeah, Morata. No, I'm coming to those guys a bit later. Something's deleted on my list. All right, I'm gonna put in. Who should I go for? There's quite a few. I'm gonna go for Andreas Shevchenko. He's coming in at 6. Coming in at 6, I think. Chefchenko. Again, a theme's coming here. A theme for me. Chefchenko was a goal scoring machine when he was at AC Milan. This guy was fantastic. Again, it was Roman Abramovich's vanity buy. The guy was injured. The guy wasn't fit. So we've brought in this guy who wasn't fully fit. He's come in and he's terrible for us. And I can't remember who it was that we could have got instead of him, but Abramovich was insistent on getting Shevchenko. Shevchenko, what's his record? I can't remember what his record was, but he didn't score that many goals for us when he was there, and he was just a shadow of his old self. So then I'm gonna be putting in at number 5, is it? Sutton. Robert Fleck, actually. Robert Fleck. Some of the older ones may know who he is. I know DJ Sav would know who he is, and I do know that, Robert Fleck, he was at Norwich, and we bought this guy from Norwich. Just on the back of a brilliant season for Norwich. I think Norwich has finished 3rd that season. So he's come into art and he scored 3 goals in 40 games. That is awful. But actually, when I was doing this, I was looking at Robert Fleck's record, and even at Norwich, he wasn't that prolific. And all the other clubs he went to as well, he wasn't that much of a prolific goal scorer. But he came in with we thought this guy was like the dogs, and he was terrible. Yeah, as DJ Seb says, worst striker we signed, complete flop. Not the worst. I wouldn't put him as the worst yet. Chris Sutton. He's at number 4. Chris Sutton was terrible for me, because the reason why Chris Sutton was bad, Chris Sutton only scored 1 goal for us. 1 goal in 28 games. I was at that game, actually. I was there when Chris Sutton scored. It was in a 5-0 victory against Manchester United. Brilliant header. But he didn't do anything before that game. He didn't do anything after that game. Then he went and played in a league that he's more suited to his style, in a farmers league. He played for Celtic, and he scored quite a few goals for Celtic. But he formed the SAS. It was Shearer and Sutton who won the league for Blackburn. And so when he came in, again, another one who came in high hopes, didn't fulfil his potential at Chelsea. What is it with Chelsea strikers? Because every time we get a striker at Chelsea, we seem to ruin them. Like Werner at the moment, that's like, I don't know. Next up, I'm going to be having Mr. Adrian Mewtwo. Adrian Mewtwo he came in, scored 2 goals. 2 goals, Mewtwo. And this guy, he scored 6 in 27 in total. He was actually a decent striker, but then he decided, rather than to score goals, he decided to score and get some coke instead. And he was a druggie. This guy just spent more time taking drugs than he did in the training ground at Chelsea. Chelsea still haven't got their money back for him neither, and that's the thing. He owes Chelsea £14 million in compensation because Chelsea successfully sued him, but up to this day, I don't think we've got back that money that he's owed us. So we just threw that money away. We could have got Etu. That's the thing. Who said Etu? Not sure about Etu. Etu was good for us. But we could have got Etu that when we had Mewtwo. We after Mewtwo and Etu at the same time. Had Etu come, it would have been a lot better for us because he went on to have an excellent career at Barcelona. But yeah, we went for the wrong U rather than Etu. We got Mewtwo. Yeah, and I think I've lost someone along the way. But for me, a worst striker. I know his record wasn't bad for us in goals, but just because of his attitude towards us as well is Morata. He goes down as my worst. He had a great start, but once his head went, that was it. His head went, and he just totally lost the plot. And he just didn't want to try anymore, you know. And even the others who I tried, Chefchenko tried. Even I had Higuain. Sorry, Higuain should have been in at number 5. Sorry, that's the one I missed out on, Higuain. But Higuain's record for us wasn't bad actually. He scored just under 1 in 2 for us. But he came to us overweight. Not the Higuain that was before, and yeah, it wasn't the same player. But yeah, I may be harsh putting Higuain in there, but I'm just looking at more recent strikers. And yeah, so it's for Morata is the worst for me by far. But just because, as I said, his head wasn't in it, and once the going got tough, he got going. He ran off somewhere. He said, "Look, I can't hack this anymore." And he came out the other day saying that he nearly had a breakdown when he was at Chelsea. That's how fragile his mentality was. And there's a good footballer in there. That's what's the thing. There is a decent striker in there if he can get his head sorted out. So that is my 10 anyway. So I'm going to join and invite people to the stream now. So you come in, you give me your ideas, and let me know which ones you'd have. I know Torres created a lot of controversy, but all right, let's just add it in. I know people are going to say Timo, but I can't have Timo in there yet. Not after half a season. I can't have him in there yet. So yeah, guys, let's join in the stream. I just need to plug in my laptop before it runs out of battery. Yeah, it's too early. It's too early to have him on. Ooh, green turf isn't agreeing with any of my things. Green turf, is this real or April Fool? Hey, green turf, give me your 10, mate. Give me your 10. I'm doing it on value for money as well. So come with your 10. I know you're at work. Write down your 10. Okay, how you doing, DJ?
Yeah, not bad at all, Max. How are you doing? You all right?
Great controversy. Green turf isn't agreeing with any of my things.
Do you know what? All those you kind of like stole my fun. The majority of all them strikers, to be fair. I think for me, obviously, Chris Sutton. I pointed out particularly Chris Sutton and Robert Fleck because for me they were complete flops. I know Falcao. People going about Falcao and Pato and all that, but I thought those two. I mean, especially with the money we signed back in the day, then before pre-Roman. You think about the money madness back then. We didn't have that much money. We spent, is it 10 million on Chris Sutton?
And 10 million on Sutton it was.
Yeah, and 2.5 million on 2.5 million on Robert Fleck. I mean, I expected them to both come in and do something because obviously their reputations went for them. But they were, for me, I'd say they're probably the worst 2 flops ever. I know people going on about Chefchenko, Crespo, and players like that, but at least those guys scored. I mean,
true. Chris Sutton, they did. Chris Sutton scored 1 goal. Scored 1 goal for us.
Yeah, and I think about Robert Fleck. I can't remember if he actually scored. I can't remember.
He scored 3 goals.
Was it just 3 goals? Was it
3 goals? 3 goals.
Yeah, I mean, they're the two I probably would say. I mean, the other ones again. I thought Torres. 45 goals, 172 appearances. I know what you're saying about he should have been more goals. But listen, he still scored us the goals. He got us a vital goal in the Champions League as well. We can't take that away from him as well. I think a lot of people are going to say that because he scored that. Maybe it's because my expectations. My expectations. Yeah, I know what you mean.
He's going to come in and score loads of goals. But I just having watched him week in week out, he used to frustrate the hell out of me. He scored a couple of hat tricks, didn't he? Which sort of
he did,
and he did well in the Europa League. In the Europa League thing that we had the year after the Champions League, that's when he scored quite a few goals in that tournament.
No, for sure, and this is why I think. I mean, we've had some great players. I mean, great strikers. I mean, going on from Hasselbank, Georgie Weah, another one, Samuel Eto'o, Drogba, obviously, But there, I mean, if you were to amongst all those, I'd say that what you put on that list is correct. I mean, Pato, I was a bit. I was actually all hyped. I'll actually go with you on one thing. On one thing, I will say is when we actually signed Pato, I was really hyped up because I wanted to get this guy long before he actually finally came to Chelsea. Because I know we were linked with him for so long.
He was linked with us before he went to AC Milan, and he chose AC Milan.
I know, and if we had got him then, mate, can you imagine what it would have been like?
And
listen, I know you're going to go to Tyrone. Before you go on to Tyrone, Max, I just want to come on here and defend Timo Werner a little bit here. I've seen some of the comments that have come out from some fans. I know Alex has put a few in there as well. I've seen some from Twitter going around. Listen, right, we got to. I mean, I know the miss he made yesterday. I get it was a really, really bad miss yesterday. I can go along with how bad that miss was, but listen, we got to give this guy time. Because I can just see it happening. We let this guy go. He's going to end up going back to Germany or somewhere else. He'll start scoring goals. Liverpool then may decide to do a Salah, bring him back, and he's just going to be banging up for Liverpool in the Premiership. And this is once again, it'll be a mistake of us letting a player go that we shouldn't do. We need to give this guy time. He needs a pre-season. You don't become a bad player overnight. I mean, the guy scored top scorer in the Bundesliga for the last 2 seasons behind Lewandowski. You don't on those stats. You can't say you're a bad player. Do you know what I mean? So I always say, form temporary, class permanent. I mean, I think it will all come good. We just need to give him time. We really do. And I hope the Chelsea fans stick by him and give him that time.
I can't write as I'm with you. I can't write for a player who's just been here for half a season. Alex, you're coming on today. Are you busy? You have to come on and defend your comments, mate.
I knew he was going to come out with
that. So Tyrone, what's your? Obviously, you haven't seen a few. Obviously, you have. Because I know you watch a lot of historic Chelsea matches. So
yeah,
I don't want to be disrespectful again by saying you don't know about that.
Don't be. What's his name? What's that guy name? That Benfica fan. Don't do that again.
I remember that.
I just wanted to say I have to agree with what DJ Sam said, but I can kind of understand the frustrations, and I did send this to you too, Burton, about Tammy, and I can understand why people be a bit frustrated because Timo gets a lot of defending, and then Tammy's thrown aside, and it's like everyone turned their back on him and everything.
Yeah,
but and this is one thing that I'll always say. Timo has just come in. There's something wrong with him. He lacks composure. He lacks something. And I did say this. I think he needs a break from football. He needs like a little break so he can get a better mindset because he said he's all over the place. But I can't really decide on them in order. So I'm just going to say them. That's not in order, but I'm just going to say them. So I have Chris Sutton. I probably might not pronounce the names correctly. I have Chris Sutton. I have Morata, Higuain, Torres. I have Kezman.
Oh, that's the one. Sorry, I missed Kezman. It was deleted. I did have him on my phone because then I think sometimes when you put it on the notes and then your notes you can't save your notes properly and they disappear. Kezman was on my list. I think he came in at number 7 or something. So good shout. So yeah, that's the what. That's the. I think I only named 9, so he was my other one. Because with Kezman, he scored 99 goals in 8. How many goals did he score? He scored 99 goals in 105 games for PSV.
Yeah,
and we're getting this guy is that record. That's like Ronaldo, Messi type goal scoring. Yeah. And then he came to us, and again that striker curse that Carl's talked about. He just came, but he did score in the League Cup final against Liverpool in extra time.
7 goals.
Another game I was games. So, yeah. But so he was a big flop for us. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I have Mewtwo, as well. I have Torres. I have Radamel.
Falcao.
Falcao. I have Shevchenko, which is kind of a bit unfair. I have Claudio Pizarro.
Yes, he's another one. Yeah, he didn't do it. Yeah. So that's a similar list to mine then. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually agree with Tom.
Yeah,
I just had a few more.
Good. So, Alex, come on, talk. Defend it.
He's waiting to come out.
Let's see what you got to say.
It's not it, man. He's not it. I'm sorry, but
the debate is on,
and it's not only just because he missed yesterday. Like, it's just, man. Like, yes, he might do good for the team in parts of the game, but he is not it. Like, I just when I see him play sometimes, I think he just gets the goal. Even when he played in the Bundesliga, I never ever really, and I always thought he's a decent player. I never really rated him really highly. And I'm not just saying this because of he missed yesterday or just in general the season. I never actually ever rated him highly. I was happy when he came to Chelsea. Like, okay, good, a new player, I saw his record. Okay, he's gonna get the goals, but I never ever really rated him to a high level of skill, level of talent level. I thought he just one of those guys who just gets the goals, and the most of the goals that he's scored against in the Bundesliga were just goals that go around the keeper and just run it in. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just, I just don't see what he's talented at. I just don't see what he's. I just don't. I just don't see like what. Sometimes he does stuff that not even a Sunday league player. Like, it's just like it's so weird to look at. It's like,
wow,
Sunday some of the stuff that he does. Yeah. Some of the stuff that he does, I wonder, is that like, come on, we're Chelsea Football Club. We've been too nice. Morata's had better season than Timo Werner last year. Morata at least got a hat trick. At least Morata scored. Like, I don't. What I'm just saying is, okay, I want to give Timo Werner a chance, yes, but we have to like look at it prospectively. Like, it's not like he's been compared to other strikers that came in before. It's just. Oh, man. It's just I mean, listen, I understand his pure confidence, but I don't think he's that kind of, he doesn't have the mentality. He was always coming to interviews and he seems so not. I don't know, man. I just got this feeling that he's not it. He is literally not.
I can understand that. To be
no matter how hard it is to say, but it's just like. He just
for me, Alex. I think from day one, I think you've said it on several occasions, bro. I think you said that we need to give these players time because they need a proper pre-season. Yeah, they've not had one. Yeah. I get what he's doing is not what he should. He's not what he's paid money to go and get. I get what you mean, Brian. The talent. The talent. The thing is, for me though, I think it's there. I think he's there. He's just going through a little situation, like that I think he's just going through a bad time at the moment, bro. I mean, come on, that miss yesterday. I mean, it's funny. I mean, that miss.
I'm losing the interest.
The miss yesterday.
Live.
I mean, the miss yesterday was funny. I get that. Yeah, it was a funny miss.
Even like my grandma would be able to get the touch and just score. Like,
no, man.
That wasn't even his worst miss of the season, though. The Leeds miss was worse than that, wasn't it?
Yeah. The funny thing is, though, one of the Macedonians player, they literally had their hands on the back of their head when he missed it. That was oh my god!
I know. Like even me, like I play football. I know that there. I just take a touch and I just tap it in, and it's just a goal.
Yeah, he rushed it. He rushed it.
He's a professional footballer. Like, man, it's just
he rushed it.
It's just so frustrating, because like I just don't see. I'm literally being raw in here. I don't see any talent that he brings. I don't think he's that talented at all. I think he's just one of those goal scorers who just. Who's a quick? If he didn't have pace, he wouldn't even. He would.
If he didn't have pace, he wouldn't be at the club.
What would you do, man? I'm sorry, but
it is a thing there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Both of you made some decent points. Yeah, because I'm willing, like DJ Self, to give him until the end of the season, but also like Alex, I did watch him a lot when we were linked with him, and when we're in the Bundesliga, I keep saying this a lot. There's that league. The defending is a joke for a start. So and you leave so much space in behind so he could utilize his pace. But he did used to miss a lot in the Bundesliga as well. his conversion rate was probably 1 in 4, 1 in 5 because you got a lot of chances in that league. In the Premier League, you probably don't get as many chances. So you probably get 2 or 3 in a match. So you have to put in at least one of those, otherwise you're going to be in trouble.
We need to be careful buying. We need to be careful buying system players. Timo Werner is a system player. He's not naturally talented. He's not. He is not a natural talented footballer who's just going to like naturally talented. He's not. He works well in the system.
And actually, he'll probably do well at Liverpool. That's probably why Liverpool wanted him. He probably will go to Liverpool and do well.
System. He's not the kind of player. He's not that kind of player to go in. Like what I'm saying, Timo Werner, he would struggle. Even if like bloody, I was watching Scotland yesterday. Bloody Adams from Southampton. At least he can score from outside the box.
What a name to Adams.
Oh shit, Adams.
Josh.
Outside
the box. And actually, he's got talent. I think we're never able to do that. And it's just so easy to see.
Do you know what? I think it is, Alex. I'll be honest with you, bro. I think. Listen, I get what you're saying. You know what? I get the whole thing. Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. He does frustrate me as well to some degree. But how I look at the situation, right? Yeah, as a Chelsea fan base, from a Chelsea fan base perspective point of view, yeah. You know, at least when you go to clubs like Man, as much as people want to knock Manchester City, not Liverpool, man. At least they give players a chance to settle in. So if they have a bad season, you won't say Pep Guardiola coming out the next season, I'll get rid of him and go and get somebody else. They'll settle with it and they'll give him a chance. We've just got a little bit more patient. And I think we've got to do the same thing with Werner. There is a player there, and I will also say.
Wait, I agree with you on that. I think we have to give him time, but I think people are letting him off too easily.
Yeah, no, I get that as well. I mean,
that is true.
That is true. I get that.
That's the issue.
At the moment, the fan base is either yes, like come on, he's fine. And I'm like he's bad.
I'm on the same with Abraham as well, bro, because I think a lot of our fan base are completely knocking Abraham as well.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, if we think about it, this guy got 18 goals for us last season, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he's had again. This guy again. The way I've seen the way people call him Bambi on ice and all this kind of thing. Yeah. All right, but listen, this guy's a good player. I just think, goal hanger.
Look, man, I don't think these players are Chelsea's level. That's the problem for me.
No. I get what you're in.
I don't even think Timo Werner or Sam Abraham are the players that we need to go. I'm sorry.
But you know what? The ones who are
in the squad, but as a starting player, that it's just. I don't know, man. What is he? 24, 25?
25. No, 25.
I don't know, man.
The ones who are knocking Werner are the ones who knocking Tammy are the ones who defend Werner.
I did see that.
It's just like it's one or the other, and that's the thing with some of our fan base, because you have your favourites. I was at a game years ago, going back to the Torres situation. Torres against Reading, I think it was, and I think Sturridge was playing for us as well. Daniel Sturridge.
I think I don't know what.
Daniel Sturridge missed a chance, and this guy was giving him all sorts of abuse. And then 2 minutes later, Torres missed an easier chance, and this guy next to me was saying, "Oh, unlucky Torres, you'll do better next time." I'm thinking, hold on, where's the consistency in this? You know,
I'm sorry, but you're not a fan if you have agendas on players. Look, man, I'm so happy for Timo. Every time I see Timo score, I'm happy for him. I don't have an agenda against him. I want him to do well. I love him. I love him. I love his attitude. I love the player, man. But he's not it, man. And it feels bad for me to say it, but it's just like, even bloody Canabry was even playing him instead of. Oh man, I don't know.
Yeah. It's just, you know what?
Yeah.
When you come to the Premier League, that's when your technique has to come into. You know, you have to have good technique, especially against the defensive blocks that we have. You know, you can't rely on pace alone. You have to have a bit more about you than pace, and that's what he's finding the difficulty in. And another thing with Werner that I read the other day was he's got some psychological issues as well. Because they said that he had a psychologist when he was over at RB Leipzig. Because when things weren't going his way, he used to just let things get to him, and that's what's happening. I think.
So why did we sign him? You know what I mean? The Chelsea fan base knew that.
You know what? For his goals. That was the prime reason why they signed him. Because they were
Daniel,
expecting to
score goals. Big up Daniel.
Big up. Yeah.
It's actually interesting though, because
you know what, Tyrone, I was just thinking another thing also. I don't know if you guys heard today. This is the other reason why I'm thinking about why we should stick with this guy here, because I don't know if you guys heard at all today. Haaland, his agent has actually been in Spain. He's had talks with Barcelona, and there's apparently now he's going to have talks with Real Madrid today. So it looks like they're going on hard for him. Both these teams are.
But you know what? He's going to have talks with everyone, though.
DJ, for me, to be honest, is all just to sell the whole thing. Is like, yes, they're going to be coming.
Haaland wants,
like tomorrow
Haaland wants
you're
to
going to see he's going to be a Man United. Tomorrow you're going to
does he though?
Who says they're just trying to boost up the price? They're trying to just. They're starting. This is the beginning of the battle, you know, between clubs, man.
But DJ, who says he wants to move as well? Did it come from a Spanish publication?
Apparently, he actually came out and actually says he actually apparently came out and said Chelsea was not big enough for him. And he was actually looking.
Are there quotes?
That was a long time ago.
That's what I'm saying. I don't believe that.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I heard that, but that was from Build, and Build are not the most reliable, because even his agent once discredited Build for something they said about Pogba way back in December. So for me, I don't. Yeah, he's not going to come out and say that, because because if you look at any footballer who is in their 20s now, they're going to see Chelsea as a big club, because Chelsea have been the best team in the past decade or so. Since Abramovich came in 2003, which was nearly 20 years ago, Chelsea have won more than any other English club, including Manchester United, including Manchester City. So a lot of players nowadays, they are Chelsea supporters. Remember the guy at Arsenal, the winger, what's his name? Pepe. He's Arsenal. Jimenez says he's a Chelsea supporter. Yeah. There's loads of them. You know, there's so many. You said, look, and that's because they grew up. Yeah, Luke Shaw. They grew up seeing Chelsea successful. Yeah. He's not going to be. What's he going to be worried about historic clubs for at his age? Footballers don't think like that. You know,
and
they think about the now.
Fan as well, wasn't he?
Exactly. Yeah. But the football fans think about the now. They don't think about what some club used to do and Chelsea. They've been one of the clubs who's been sort of relevant in the Premier League. You know, we've won European competitions, three European competitions since he was born. You know, a Champions League and 2 Europa League. So you know. We are a relevant club, and a lot of young players do see us as a club that they want to aspire to join.
Yeah.
So, Tyrone, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say I don't remember, but someone mentioned Gnabry. Yeah, and it reminds me of when he was at Arsenal. Because he wasn't the best player at Arsenal, but then he went on to Bayern and he started doing good. So that kind of reminds me. It's like the opposite for Werner. Despite Werner not really winning things with RB Leipzig, he's come to Chelsea. He isn't performing the way that Chelsea wanted him to, because they bought him for his goals, because there was what do you call it? There was a goal drought from the attacking players, so they signed him for that reason. Now, I can kind of understand why people are really upset, and I did say this before as well. You know, it's a bit hypocritical in terms of the way people treat the players. They have agendas based on different players, based on their performances and everything, and the thing is, you have fans that will praise players when they do good, but whenever it comes on to them having a bad game, they don't come out and say that they have a bad game. They're always saying that they will do better next time. They don't at least give them a bit of some criticism for the things that they do in a game, and that's the thing. You praise them when they do good, but you don't point out the things that they do bad when they have a bad game, which is something that really confuses me.
Yeah, criticism has to be constructive. Welcome, Daniel, to the stream, mate. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, you. Big up everyone.
Yeah, hey, Daniel.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah. What's all your take on this Timo Werner stuff? Because I think before you came on, we were talking about Timo Werner. And do you give him time, or do you just don't think he's not going to...
I'm the only one who expected this. I actually expected this. Same with Havertz.
Yeah. That is, with Havertz, I knew that it would take time as well. Yeah. Do you think that he needs time though, or do you think that he's not going to cut the mustard in the Premier League though, Daniel? What do you think?
Give him one more season.
Okay.
In Chelsea, they always want someone. And they had a good striker since Diego Costa. So
yeah.
True. But you see, with Havertz, you can see he's got talent. With Timo Werner, like, what do you see that he's got? You know what I mean? It's just like he's only got pace. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know with Havertz, you can tell at the start of the season he was non-confident. Now we're seeing that actually we all knew that he's got a really good touch. He's really talented on the ball. Man, I don't know.
But Alex, as well, do you think it's because sometimes when you're not confident, everything you do just doesn't come off? I remember once I was playing in goal for one of my teams, and I was having a decent game. I let in a howler. And after that, I let him 5 because my head went. And seriously, my head just went, and everything, savable shots that I could always save. I wasn't making those saves, and that's because. And this is not. I haven't got the pressure. I'm not even a professional footballer. I was just a little small-time Sunday league player out there, and it affects you. And this guy is his profession, and when it's not going for him, it's going to affect him in a big way.
I just have a bad feeling that he's not mentally strong to try and like.
Yeah.
Players like even Ronaldo, even players who are like going for a bad patch, you always know they're always going to come back, right? But with the way Timo Werner is, I don't see him ever really having that thing with a mentality of trying to come back. Like he's not really playing bad, but then he still ends up doing the same things. You know what I mean? Like even in the Germany in the other game before this game before they lost yesterday. He literally had a 1-on-1 chance and he misses again. But then
against Romania,
he scores. You know what I mean? It's just, man. Literally, I can't. What I'm saying is, yes, he'll be good, so hopefully in the future. But even if he does get good, I don't think he's ever going to be good enough to actually.
There's a few flashes. There's a few flashes of brilliance that we have seen. That goal, unfortunately, which was disallowed against Tottenham by margins. That was the finish of a top-class striker, the one where he's curled it into the far corner.
Yeah.
The goal against Southampton. That goal against Southampton showed a lot of composure. I remember against Liverpool. Remember that touch against Liverpool when he pulled it out of the sky?
People don't remember that.
And that game against Liverpool, he not only that touch, but I thought he showed in that game. He was very good in that game. I thought that Liverpool game, and so he showed what he can probably a confident Werner can do. But with strikers, it's about goals, and if the goals ain't going in, then the rest of their play sometimes gets a bit disjointed.
Yeah, and that's why we need. That's why when they go for a striker, I think it's good that they go for strikers. That's why Haaland or Lukaku was an alternative, despite a lot of fans don't really wanting him. I personally think that would be a good idea because they don't really care about not scoring. Really, they will kind of feel bad that they don't score goals, but they won't let it affect them mentally. And that's the thing. And you did say that when he was at RB Leipzig, he had to have a side, someone that could help him out. And that's the thing. He's worried when he doesn't score goals, and it affects him, which is why Lukaku or not Werner, Haaland would be a good option because they don't really care about it. They just, if they score, they score. If they don't score, they just look forward to the next game and expect to score.
Yeah, here's a question for you guys because I know I'm not sure if McCall's still on here, but if you had a choice, obviously it's ideal you'll want both, but strong mentality or a big talent, what would you go for? Mentality or talent?
Talent for me.
Strong mentality?
No, for me it's talent because if you're talented, then you'll be doing well in the team.
Yeah, but not everyone's talented, though, are they?
Yeah, but if you're not talented, supposing you're talented, but you're just not got that mentality.
More people got.
Daniel talks. Yeah, let Daniel.
More people got better mentality. You can see with more players. There's more people with better mentalities than talent. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, because I obviously both. I know, McCall, you're looking at both, really. Obviously, that's the ideal. But I think sometimes I've heard of so many people. All right, and I'm going to give you a name. I'm going to give you a name because of that. Ravel Morrison.
Ravel Morrison.
Yeah, Ravel Morrison. Yeah. I saw he's on the show the other day, actually, with Rio Ferdinand. I was actually watching. And this guy, he said this was the first player who made, as a youth player, who sort of made Alex Ferguson sit up, and I said, "Who's this guy? This guy had all the talent in the world." You know, this guy was when he was coming up. I thought everyone was talking about him as the next big thing. When I was talking about the next big thing, he was promoted early into the Manchester United setup, and this guy wasted it because of his poor mentality. You know, the guy was on the show the other day. He said he'll do 90% of things different from what he did, and he has acknowledged that he just didn't have the right mentality. For me, Dale, mate. Yeah, I'm going for mentality, because if you've got the right mentality, then and a bit of talent, then yeah. Because Frank Lampard, you wouldn't call him the most naturally gifted player, would you? But his mentality and everything, and the way that he worked on his craft. That's what put him to the very top. You know, Didier Drogba, another one. Yeah. He's talented. He was talented, but I've put in more of the strong mentality over like proper natural talent for him. And those guys with the talent, they go a longer way, I think, with that mentality. If you've got both, then you're Ronaldo or Messi. Full stop.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they've got both. They've got both. You know, and that would be ideal. As McCall said, that is the ideal if you got that. Yeah, and I keep going on about our friend Mr. Hazard. Mr. Hazard was one of the most talented, if not his top 3 talents in the world at the time, but he just didn't have the mentality of the other two to be competing season in, season out for the Ballon d'Ors. You know, he did good for us, but I think if he had shown that extra work ethic, where he's struggling now at Real Madrid because of his diet. You know, he's always struggled with his diet. He hasn't really taken that seriously in his career. Had he just worked a little bit more at that bit extra on the mental side, then you're looking at him probably with Messi as in the second tier of best footballers of his career, of his era.
I think Real Madrid are trying to destroy his career now. I don't know how true this is, but I did see something on Twitter saying that they're supposedly going to rush him back for the Liverpool game.
I heard that. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah.
A good example, Luke Shaw. Remember?
Yeah.
How he was doing this season?
Yeah. He's
not exactly talented.
I'll tell you another one, guys. And an old Chelsea striker. And I remember when he first had the hype around him, there was all this thing about him, but I don't know whatever happened to him. Carlton Cole, remember that?
Oh yeah. As
well. Yeah. Carlton Cole was another one who had all that. I can't remember who it was. It was the old guy who was the guy before Brendan Rodgers that was running the youth setup. I forgot his name. You probably would know, Max. The Scottish guy. What was his name? I forget his name now.
Oh yeah. He used to be at Arsenal, didn't he?
Yeah, he was I think it was one, and he was the one that actually says he's got everything up there. Not Duffy. No.
I know the guy you're talking about. Yeah, he was at Arsenal. Then we took him.
And he said the same thing about Carlton Cole. And then I remember only because Claudio Ranieri used to call him his young lion. Yeah, I remember that.
That's right. Yeah.
And I remember he did a few things here and there, but then after he just kind of like went down after that, didn't he? He just lost it all completely until he went to West Ham on loan, I think. Or West Ham.
He did okay. He did okay at West Ham in the end, didn't he? Yeah. But some good shouts here by Mikhail. We've got Balotelli. He's another one. Wasted career.
Yeah.
Tarabella, what a player he was.
Snyder, what a player he was.
Wesley Snyder. Snyder, I thought he did okay though, didn't he? I thought Snyder had a decent career.
I think he was good.
Yeah.
How about Bastian Schweinsteiger? He used to play for Bayern Munich.
Yeah,
Is it Bayern Munich?
yeah.
Oh,
Sebastian Schweinsteiger.
Kind of like,
Yeah, yeah,
kind of like,
yeah.
he's
But
kind of like,
Schweinsteiger was had a
Ziyech.
decent career. I
And
thought.
then he went to Man United, didn't he?
Oh yeah. He went there. It was
Similar to Ziyech. What?
Ziyech.
But should we look at our board and say that actually the couple of business the last 4 or 5 years hasn't really been that good?
Yeah.
Are we signing two big name players instead of actually trying to sign like a good team?
Yeah.
You know what?
I think
that's right.
I think Havertz and maybe Mendy are the only. Yes, Thiago Silva was good to bring in, but he's not like one for the future. Would say, I don't know, man. I think all the players that we brought in are good quality players, but it's like, are we just signing them because of what they do instead of trying to actually like?
That's a good point, Alex.
Like if Ziyech didn't score all those goals in Champions League, we would have never signed him. You know what I mean? So like, why? There's like, you know why we signed Ziyech because he did well in the Champions League, but it shouldn't amount to why to want to sign him. Should be more reason.
You know what?
We're not looking hard enough. Like, look at Leicester, the amount of signings they make, and every time they make a signing, it always works. So then there must be a problem at Chelsea.
If you look at, I remember there was a situation with Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool, and I think Gareth Bale was available at the time, and then someone said, "Would you want Gareth Bale?" And he says, "Why? I've already got a system that works. Is he going to fit into my system? Because he's a big name doesn't mean that he's automatically going to come in and play the way that I want him to play. And when I sign in players, I look at players who can fit to my system, not because they're a big name. And that's important. I think Chelsea, especially with Abramovich, he likes to get these players in, but he doesn't see where they're going to fit into the actual system.
Yeah, look at Jota, for example. Like Jota, he's just a natural talented footballer. Compared to Timo Werner, he's nothing. They're so different. Like Jota is just so much better than Werner. He can score different goals.
I wanted Jota.
You know what I mean? It's just like and look, and Liverpool got him. You know what I mean? Like it's just recruitment hasn't been good enough. Like in the last years, it's been bad. It's been so. Even Chilwell, man. Chilwell's average. He's not. He was a 50 million. He's not that good.
He's been chilling.
He's not.
He hasn't been chill well, man. He's been chill bad, man.
He's been chill.
Chilwell's Chilwell.
Yeah, he hasn't been chilly.
But in general, even before Leicester, it wasn't amazing. It wasn't like some left back. Oh, he's gonna rave. It's just I think the recruitment has been so bad. Yes, people say we had a good transfer window, but to be honest, I think the only good player that we took out of the transfer was Havertz, and we did well. But all the other players, yes, Mendy, I guess, but we're playing a back three at the moment. That's why we keep so many clean sheets. But you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just
that's a bit harsh on Mendy there. That's a bit harsh on Mendy. He's really underappreciated.
No. I'm happy with Mendy. I'm just saying. I think lots of players are signed. I get the point. It's better to sign players that are not really as popular. And I said this in the past as well.
Yeah.
I think it's better to sign players who are not, well known because what I've realized is that in the past, whenever Chelsea signed players and they broke their transfer record, those players they really work out. Alvaro Morata as an example, and this also reminds me of, and this is why I think that. I forgot his name. This guy that they're linked with, he's for 13 million.
Menino.
Yeah. The supposed Brazilian Yaya.
So Taron, this is the best way I can describe it. Chelsea, the last couple of years, we're that club where we have so much money that we think, I'm gonna have that Ferrari. I'm gonna buy that £500 yacht. We're not actually looking at what it is, So we'll just buy it off the window instead of actually going to try the piece of clothing on in the store, right?
Yeah. I think I heard Buddy say something like that.
Like Leicester, they actually invest their time and actually go and find more gem players who maybe are expensive but still, you know what I'm saying. I think we're just at the moment we bought Timo Werner because he's got a lot of goals, but did we actually see if he maybe he's going to fit into the system. Did we see if he's the right player for the right club? Even I don't know, man. It's just like I think at the moment with Chelsea, we're just spending money
because we can.
But that's why I said Werner would have been good for Liverpool in the system that they play, but probably not so good for us because we're going to have to fit him in or change our system of play because he's not an out-and-out striker. Liverpool don't play with an out-and-out striker. He would have played as a wide man coming in, a la Salah, or Salah, or because he can play on either flank, so he'd have rotated with Salah and Mane, and but with us, we're sort of playing him on that left-hand side, and it's not fitting the style of our play. So that's why it probably was the wrong type of profile of striker that we brought in.
I actually wanted either Raul Jimenez or Jota because and I did the same thing as you, Burton. I was watching Werner at RB Leipzig because it was the first league to come back, and what I realized was that he's not, and that's one thing that when I heard that they were actually going to sign him, I kind of had my doubts because normally Chelsea used to go for players in the past, players who are a bit more bulky, so like they would be more physical on the ball. And Werner isn't really that type of profile, and he even struggled against Macedonia yesterday, and it just shows that he's not really that dribbler or that player who can normally get himself out of trouble necessarily, and that's one thing that really worried me. And I had my reasons to want Jota now because Jota is in the form of his life, scoring goals for Portugal and Liverpool, and has shown to be very important for them too.
Yeah, great quote here. McCall's put up from Simone Sinek. Would rather a great team over a team of greats. Yeah, that is so true, so true. Yeah,
I also think it's the way we're playing football now. Because if you think about it, when we first started out, when Jose first came in, it was more of a like. He sort of plays that from the back. So you're looking at the likes of Carvalho. He brought in Paulo Ferreira, playing more of a defensive game. And obviously, when the different managers have come in and out of the team, we've seen different plays. I think it's in the direction the football club has gone as well. To be fair, I think what's done it for me. I think when I actually thought we were actually ruining our signings would have probably been Danny Drinkwater. When I saw him first come in, and I thought that was it. This is basically us going kind of like we're going completely to a completely different, different direction.
We just saw
what we're used to.
Sign him up.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Because you know what
anyone else work? Kante,
he's class, Daniel.
Yeah, he's good.
I agree with you, Daniel. Complete class.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
he was nobody, wasn't he?
But you know what the situation, the issue with Chelsea, and what Alex is saying, the reason why we're doing that is because we didn't have a defined style of play, did we? The manager defined the style. A lot of clubs like Barcelona, this is the way we're going to play. We want the manager to come in to play this way, the Barcelona way. Everyone knows what the Barcelona way is.
The Pep way.
Everyone knows the Pep way. Yeah, the Liverpool. Exactly, they know the way. But with Chelsea, it's defined by the manager. So what you have is, Conte likes to play the three at the back. Jose wanted to play more pragmatic. Then we brought in a totally different manager from Jose in AVB. He wants to go more attacking and get rid of those ones. So we brought in the smaller type players. We brought in the Matters and people like that. They were good players, It's for the football we want to play. Then he's abandoned that because it wasn't working with AVB. He's gone back again to I think it was after AVB. We were brought into Roberto Di Matteo. It didn't quite work out with Roberto Di Matteo. So then we brought in Rafa Benitez, another pragmatic manager.
He did good enough to get trophies. That's it.
He did, but then Jose came back and he got rid of all the players that AVB wanted in the first place. Because AVB, certainly you want to know about AVB, but the signings what we brought under him, matter. That's when De Bruyne came in.
They were good.
Obviously, it wasn't probably not AVB signed, the club signed, but that's the direction that they wanted to go. So we had De Bruyne, we had Salah, we had all those players who were setting us up for the attacking football. But then Jose Mourinho says, no, I want my pragmatic stuff. So he gets rid of all of their players.
Yeah, which that's what they'll never forgive him for.
Look, if you've realised, besides Ancelotti, the last 20 years, we've won Premier League titles with pragmatic managers. And every time we've always tried to go on and try a new manager, something a bit different. It hasn't always worked.
Yeah.
With places with people like Scolari, people.
Oh goodness,
Scolari.
There's many examples where.
He did.
There's many examples where Abramovich.
Oh man. Yeah.
There's many times where Abramovich just wants the big name
But
trying to change something when.
Yeah, but the issue is with Abramovich. Yeah, go on, Daniel.
It's the first manager in ages I believe in the most is Tuchel, apart from Mourinho.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But going back to Abramovich, Abramovich's problem was that he listened to the press too much. Because what they were saying is, Chelsea will win. They're all just jealous of us because, but they just overpower teams and they're this and that. They don't play attractive football. So what? We're winning games. We're beating everyone. We're beating everyone up. So then, and it was like Pep Guardiola at the time when they couldn't beat us. Barcelona couldn't beat us. Calling us anti-football and everything else. So it's all about the optics. And so Abramovich said that I want a stylish team, but we were enjoyable at times. Okay, we're pragmatic, but there was many enjoyable games under Jose in the first spell. I can think of loads of games that I enjoyed watching in that spell. But then that's the way he wanted to go for these small technical type players. And as Alex said, we've never been good. Tell a lie, Alex. There was one manager who got us winning. Yeah. I missed that when you said Ancelotti was brilliant.
Yeah.
I think we should
so undeserved.
Yeah, that's the manager we should
so undeserved.
That was disgraceful.
It was.
Yes.
The thing is, he had it all. Then he had. We were scoring 7, 8. How many times did we score that? DJ, we scored about 7, about 4 occasions that season, didn't we?
Aston Villa. Remember, they were all taking
and Sunderland.
To score
We beat
goals.
Sunderland 7-2.
Wigan
that
as
one
well.
where Ashley Cole scored that brilliant goal against Sunderland, wasn't it? When he controlled it, a long ball, took it down, beat a player, then side-footed it in. I think Aston Villa was the one where Frank scored 4 goals, wasn't it, in that game? When we beat Wigan 8-0.
Yeah. Last final game.
Yeah, I remember that game. Is that the same game Oscar scored in? I think Oscar scored a goal in that game as well. And then what's his name? Lucas Piazon missed the penalty kick. Was that the same one?
No, I don't think it was. No. This is when we won 8-0. We won 8-0 to win the league.
We won 8-0.
Oh. Drogba scored the penalty. That was the Drogba one where Drogba wanted to take the penalty over Fred.
The one won 7-2 against Villa, wasn't he?
Yeah, we beat Villa 7-2.
That's the one about players on the penalty.
Oh my!
Like 8, should have been 8-2.
Oh
yeah,
you guys just brought back some memories of that Man United versus Chelsea final about missed penalty.
John, what the Champions League? What the Champions League?
Yeah.
John Terry.
Yeah. So heartbreaking.
That's how underrated of a manager Avram Grant was.
Goodness me, Avram Grant. I forgot about him. Did you know that?
Avram Grant.
I can't forget about him. Didn't you get to like 3?
No, bro. The reason I forgot about
Daniel, did you say that it was a good manager?
He was an all right manager.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't a good manager, mate. I know that he got us into the Champions League final, but it wasn't even him. He was just the overseer. The team got us there. He didn't know what he was doing, basically.
Experience.
And I know that for a fact because the reason I know that for a fact, that's not from paper to all what the other fans are saying. I was at the cup final that season because that season we also got to the League Cup final. And the game went into extra time. I think we got beaten by the Spurs 2-1. The old Middlesbrough manager scored for them. What's his name? The defender Woodgate scored in that game. But in the team talk, when you look at your manager to see what he's doing, you know what he's doing, Daniel? He was just walking around scratching his head. John Terry was doing this. No, I was there. I was watching. I know that. He was scratching his head. John Terry was doing the team talk. He wasn't even in the circle. He was not even part of the circle. He styled it out. Just styled it out a bit and make think that you're in the circle, even if you're not saying anything. But he was on the periphery, just walking around, scratching his head, not saying a word.
And do you know what the funniest thing of all is about this whole story about Avram Grant, guys? Stephen Sidwell. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever had a chance to go and hear him. I think he was on Talk Sport. I think he had an interview on Talk Sport. And he came out and said, yeah, you know, we're talking about Avram Grant. And he goes, nah, to be honest with you, the guy didn't know what he was doing. The players were managing their own times, even in the dressing room. He literally, we ran everything, literally. And he knew nothing. He didn't know nothing what he was doing. And hearing that from Stephen Sidwell coming out and saying that, it's made me think, that's just completely defied the moment of Avram Grant, honestly. Seriously.
Yeah, but we kind of knew it. And controversially, I know some of you guys are not going to like what I'm going to say here. Di Matteo, although he was instrumental, but it was more the players again over Di Matteo. Di Matteo did well in the way that he picked a side, and obviously he made a brave decision by picking what's the guy? It's the Southampton guy. What's the guy? Yeah, by putting, but that was a brave move and everything. And he did set us up. He did set us up good. So I'm not taking anything away from him. But some people were saying that he was a great manager because he wasn't a great man. He was an okay manager. Because I know somebody who's a West Bromwich Albion season ticket holder, and they said when the going's good for him, that's fine. But when things start to go wrong, he just doesn't know how to get them out of a rut. But again, I said but again, I wouldn't change it for the world because he gave us our greatest moment in
2012 Omens. Exactly. I saw the thing that you tagged me on Twitter. I actually thought about it. I was like, oh my goodness, could this be it? Because the omens are so there's so many omens. I have good news though. Chelsea are not out of the Holland race.
They're not out of the Holland race now.
I knew we were.
They're not. It says despite Riola trip to Spain, they're not out of it.
That's what I said.
This is just publicity, just to get their price up.
Exactly. And what's gonna?
Tomorrow we're gonna see him meeting Ibrahimovic. Then the next day with another team. It's just they're just starting the business now.
Yeah, and what's going to happen is, as he's going to talk to a few clubs because he's Haaland, and he's going to see who's got the most enticing project that he wants to join. So we need to put in hopefully we put Petr Cech and Marina there because they're quite persuasive. Get them in a room, and it would help.
I do wish Lampard was there. I think the thing is. I think Lampard. Yeah, Lampard just needs to join.
As a player recruiter.
That's one thing I miss about him being here because he has that he can persuade.
Just have a bit of so you can bring in the players. Just that's your job. Just bring in the players to Chelsea. That's your job. That's what he did for Chelsea. I mean,
that's what he did. Exactly, that's what he did.
Havertz said it.
Werner
said it. Yes,
Chilwell said it as well.
And didn't Haaland say that he wants to play with or for Frank or something?
I think
and that was also.
I think it was for.
And Joe and what's his name? Jose. Jimenez said that as well.
Jimenez. Yeah. So there is that's the thing because he has a big name.
Yeah.
He was a big draw, wasn't he?
I mean, he could come back as a midfielding coach because.
Yeah. So going back to the striker debate, who out of in the Abramovich era, in the Abramovich era now, who are the top 10 strikers from the Abramovich era?
Top 10 strikers.
10.
10.
We'll probably struggle to name 10, won't we?
I'd say Drogba definitely being one of them.
Drogba has to be top. That's
the one.
Diego
Costa.
And I'm struggling after that.
What's his name?
I'll tell you what I would name. Crespo.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I'll put Crespo in there because I think Crespo was good for us. As I said, I think it was the circumstances that we didn't succeed.
How many goals did Solomon Kalou score for us? Does anyone remember?
Kalu was good actually. Kalu, you have to
Okay,
put
yeah.
him in the
Some
ten.
goals, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right.
With
You have to put him in that top 10.
That spider here.
I'm saying Nicholas
Yeah.
Anelka was good.
Nicholas
Anelka,
Anelka.
yeah, good
Yeah.
shout. He won a Golden Boot as well.
Yeah.
He's in my top 10 all time.
Well, what's the Dutch guy called? I forgot his name.
Jimmy
What was
Ford
his name?
Hasselbank. But he
No, that was
pre-
before. That was
That's
before.
all
That was
pre-Roman.
About
Right.
Demba,
Pre-Roman.
not Demba Ba. That's not Demba Ba.
Demba Ba. How many goals did he get? He was not bad for us. Demba Ba. He got
wasn't
some
bad.
goals here and there, but not.
He scored some
man.
vital goals there. Maybe for that
Yeah,
Liverpool goal away to stop them win the league at times.
Is that the Gerrard slip?
Yeah. And did he score against? Didn't he also
Revenge,
score
though.
He scored against PSG.
against PSG? Didn't he?
He scored against Atletico Madrid as well. I think.
Oh, I forgot. There's this one striker that made me start supporting Chelsea. It was when I used to play FIFA 8. That's so funny. I forgot his name.
Who did he play for, bro?
Chelsea said.
He played for Chelsea.
2008.
2008.
Yeah, I keep forgetting his name.
Who was in
What
2008?
nationality? Do you know what nationality he was? Can you remember his nationality?
2000. Striker from
I think he is. I think he's not Swiss. Not Swiss. I think. Crap. I'm struggling to remember. I think he's from. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
Oh, another one we forget is Samuel Eto'o. He wasn't bad for us either.
Pato did alright for that season. Yeah. So I agree with McCall about Bar. He's a cult hero already, just for that. And we've got a song after him, haven't we? We've named a song after him.
Are you going to sing it, Max?
That's
the one. I can't remember it. That's why. I can't remember it. That's why.
That was it. Steve Gerrard.
Yeah.
He slipped on his
That's it.
Oh
yeah, I heard that one. I heard that one.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. We're struggling. We're actually struggling to name 10 under Ramovich.
Oh,
that's
terrible.
But Charisma.
Yeah,
Charisma.
No, Charisma was a winger, wasn't he? He came in as a
Charisma, Fleck and Chenko.
I mean, Ida Good Johnson was good, but he was pre-Roman, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pre-Roman again. Yeah. So what you're looking at is you're looking at people like Mewtwo. No, you're looking at people like Daniel Sturridge.
Yeah, he was
came in. I thought that. You know what? I thought Sturridge was a bit unfortunate for us actually, because I did think he was a decent player. And had he stayed a little bit, it may have been okay. But and then who else we had? Obviously Chefchenko, no.
Morata, no. Torres.
How about
all the ones that we
Torres, you said
Torres.
kind of 50-50 on that one.
Yeah.
Not Franco De Santo. I forgot his name.
Franco De Santo.
Remember him? He was.
You're talking about Forsell.
Mikel Forsell.
Was that the one?
Guy from the one from Finland. Finnish striker.
It could be him. Forsell. He came in. He scored a couple of decent goals. I think we beat Notts County or something 4-2 in his debut. Then he disappeared.
That name, I forgot all about Forsell. Do you know that, man?
Yeah,
I forgot all about him.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Who else has been strikers for us under his era?
I mean, Pearson was not Pearson. Sorry, the other guy.
Pizarro.
Another one, yeah.
Yeah. Damien Duff was more of a winger.
Yeah.
De Santo, yeah. Robin and Duff were wingers.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so sad.
I'm trying to think who did. He's definitely striker, is he? Yeah.
Falcao, or then they had, obviously we had Falcao, I've already mentioned, and Pato didn't really do anything.
We did have Drogba for a long time. That's why.
Yeah, we had Drogba for a bit. Yeah. And Anelka for a few seasons. So
yeah.
But I can't think of anyone else.
Maluda.
Maluda. He was a winger. Yeah.
Yeah,
it might have been him you're talking about. But he did score quite a few. He had a good partnership with Drogba, didn't he? Because they were really good mates.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah. But Drogba actually lasted about 10 years of the Roman era, didn't they?
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it was about
Yeah,
that. Did he leave after the
He
Champions?
left after the Champions League final, came back,
league, and then
like
came
the
back and
season,
then won the league
and won it with Marino because we
with
need that
who?
bit of mentality in the team, Marino. So he came back and won it for that season.
Yeah. So that would be 10 years then. Because it would be exactly 10 years. It would be exactly 10 years because 2004, 2005, 2014-15 was the Marino title winning season, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then Leicester City won it, and then crazy.
Yeah, Good Johnson was before McFall. He was just before as well.
Pizarro,
Loic Remy. Was it Loic Remy? Yeah, Loic Remy. Good shout. I forgot about Remy.
Oh yeah, Remy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remy.
You know what? Remy was okay for us. He was ideal. He was what you need as ideal as a second striker because he didn't used to complain, and every time he used to play, he used to do a decent job. I thought. So he was in the.
What about Batshuayi?
Michy Batshuayi, man. You know what?
Good one. That's a good one.
He scored some vital goals for us as well, you know.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
That's what he did.
That 2-1 against Atletico. That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
And Ajax as well.
That's all he did, really. He scored vital goals.
Yeah. If he's a decent goal scorer, though. To be fair to him, I think his other all-round play isn't great. He gets offside so many times, and he just hasn't got that intelligence as a striker with movement, etc. But put him in front of goal, and he'll score some goals.
Yeah, that's what Timo Werner is missing at the moment.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Timo Werner. I think Timo Werner's got everything else, but he just doesn't have that quality in the final third. That's the problem. Yeah,
he rushes. He rushes though. He really rushes. He doesn't take time to.
He's been starting practicing at Stamford Bridge on his own, like trying to score.
And he still misses.
Yeah. Remy actually scored against Chelsea.
Oh, for QPR was it? No,
he's saying all the players scored against Chelsea.
That's it. Whoever scores against us, we'll buy them.
Yeah. Daniel, imagine when all the fans will be allowed back and Timo Werner's gonna have to play. Like, geez, like his confidence is gonna go up.
Man.
Oh, probably then he'll start scoring.
There's definitely people who don't like Timo Werner. He's definitely gonna get.
Oh,
is he like partially deaf in one of his ears? So he always wears things in his ears.
Yeah, he is. I think he can't.
That sort of explains everything then. Okay, so he can't hear when the ball's coming to him.
He always puts things in his ears. So he's telling the crowd.
That's right, because the crowd at RB Leipzig used to have. No, was it the other fans who used to have a go at him, didn't they?
Yeah.
Because of RB Leipzig are the most hated club in Germany because of they're the money club. So they're like the Chelsea club.
Way more better.
And so he used to have a lot of stick, and he didn't used to. He couldn't take the stick. That's what I'm saying about mentality. So I was hoping that.
Oh my gosh!
That's why I want
Haaland. How many talented players are there? You've only got Messi, and who else? Who do you think's like the best talented player ever to grace football?
Oh man, it's
what natural talent. You're talking about natural talent.
No, just in general, that talent and natural talent. Yeah.
Ronaldo's got to be up there as well. Both Ronaldos.
Yeah, Ronaldo for sure.
I think both Brazilian and Portuguese.
I think
for me it's Ronaldo, man.
Yeah, Diego Maradona. Going back a bit, these are people I've watched. Maradona.
I think Romario is another one.
Yeah, Zinedine Zidane. What a player he was.
Did anyone see the documentary? This is this Chelsea former player that died in 2001. I don't remember his name.
Peter Osgood.
Probably that. There's some. He died on March 31. I don't remember his name.
2001.
I did a post about it. Didn't know a few days ago. I'm sure I did.
Was it not Ian Britton? Was it? That was the one who died. He was a bit.
I think he had cancer.
Ian Britton. That is, it don't matter.
Yeah.
He was a midfielder.
Oh.
Yeah, he was a midfielder for us back in the day. But in that era, Ray Wilkins was the main man. When you talk about talent and skill, Ray Wilkins was superb. If you younger ones haven't seen Ray Wilkins, go and watch some of his videos. Yeah, and as an 18-year-old, he captained Chelsea. Great mentality.
I think I only saw Ray Wilkins play for Queen's Park Rangers, man. I never saw him much for Chelsea, I think I have a few videos. My dad used to talk about him quite a lot as well. Ray Wilkins. Used to go and think what player he used to be. Even obviously going back to Peter Osgood as well. These players I didn't get a chance to obviously go and watch or see just videos. But yeah, I mean we've
Osgood
had
travelling in that pod, it's very high score.
Osgood.
Yeah. But in that Chelsea side, when Fing first came, Abramovich, one of the players we bought, the most naturally talented out of all that crop was actually Joe Cole, wasn't he? When you talk about natural talent.
He was brilliant, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was David Rocastle.
David
Rocastle. Oh, that's the one where I said I showed off my my triple step over drag back. I watched him do that in a game, and I thought I'll try that one day, and I pulled it off. Funny enough, so Rocastle, he didn't play a lot for us, but when he was a good player, he was very good. He played most of his time at Arsenal, but yeah, he was decent for us.
Oh yeah, I did see that tweet. You made that you did in some Sunday League game.
Yeah, I think he took 3 players out. I think I took 4 players out when I did it. So I got one over him on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you a question, DJ, actually, because you wasn't on the last show that I did when we were talking about the striker situation, and I was saying because I think it was Simon Phillips who said in some alternatives in case we can't get Haaland, and if Lukaku was off the table, and he did mention obviously someone you probably know a lot about is Andreas Silva, and it's actually Eintracht Frankfurt. I said I made a mistake. I said he was playing in Italy or something. It's Eintracht Frankfurt he's doing, and he's doing quite well this season. He's a goal scorer. So what do you think of him? Actually, obviously I don't see a lot of him, but
he's not a bad shout, but I somehow don't think he'll be the kind of player that we're actually looking for at the moment. To be honest with you, he does score goals, but I won't say he's prolific, not as prolific as you'd want him to be. He is a good striker, but I think you'll find he's probably more suited to I don't know, maybe maybe an Arsenal or someone like that. But
what's
Chelsea,
his style?
His style,
a target man.
He's a target. He can do, but he's a target man. He likes to obviously his hold up play isn't that great, but he can obviously he likes to do the odd dribble here and there as well. But
definitely Spurs then.
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, he's not. I would say he's probably compared to all the strikers that have been mentioned. If he has to be a last resort, then maybe. But for me, no. I mean, he's a great striker and everything, but I wouldn't probably say he'd be what Tuchel's looking for.
Wasn't he an AC Milan reject?
Yes,
I remember him at AC Milan.
He was. Apparently, he didn't live up to what his expectations before. Because I think when they bought him, he was bang out. I mean, he was scoring goals for fun, and then he's like what Paul Werner's doing now at Chelsea. We got him at a good price. He's just not scoring goals.
Yeah, that's the thing, because that's what I did see him at AC Milan, but that didn't give a fair indication of what the player he is, because that's why I didn't really know, because he can tell a lot. He just didn't perform at all.
Yeah, he's similar. To be fair to him, he's similar to Paul Jovic, to be honest with you, because Jovic didn't really make it at Real Madrid. I mean, you saw how he was banging in goals left, right, and centre for his previous team, and then when he went to Real Madrid, he wasn't there, and he got his move back again on loan. He's started to score goals again. So it just shows you there are some plays that work out for certain teams and some that don't. And I think his situation for Chelsea, as much as I rate him very high, I do rate him because obviously for Portuguese as well, I rate him very highly. He does score goals for us as well. I wouldn't think he'd be what do you call it? He'd probably fit what we're looking for at this moment in time.
Right. Okay. So thanks, Roman. Roman's going to buy us Haaland, so let's hope so.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Oh, congrats. That's very good. That is very good. I don't know how true is the report about the wages having to be 600,000.
600,000 a week. Yeah, I read that.
Yeah, 600,000. Yeah, that's what I was. I can't.
Gosh.
But that was taken from the Sun newspaper.
Are you thinking of Wijnaldum rumours then?
Charlie Wyatt wrote that.
Yeah.
When the name says it all, doesn't it?
The thing is, nobody, not even Man City, nobody in world football is going to be paying him 600 as a 21-year-old. I'll say unproven. He's not unproven, but he's not. He can't command that sort of money at the moment, you know. And for me as well.
He's inspired by Messi, or he's inspired by Messi.
But you know what, Messi thing I've got bankrolled by bankrolling Messi on 600,000 a week at the moment. Barcelona, that's why they're like 3 billion in debt at the moment. When you do the sums, how much is 600,000? That's what 300. How much is it a year?
Oh my gosh!
Is it? I did do the sums the other day, and I thought, no, that's not. Even if they do scrap financial fair play, that's just ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah, what's the sums? Let me just do the sums quickly. 600,000 by 52.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
52 weeks.
31 million pounds a year.
God.
31 million pounds.
Oh yeah, that's a joke.
On wages. No,
that's a joke.
Because there's talk about financial fair play as well going, but I don't think it's going to go completely. People think it's going to go completely. They're just thinking of a different method. So I don't think they're going to allow. I think they're not going to allow clubs to get in debt by a lot of money, by massive amounts of money. I can't see it myself. So something they may be a bit relaxed, but I still think there's going to be some form of financial fair play as well.
Oh, well, which means that probably have to look at alternatives if that doesn't work out.
I don't think that's true. I think it's just maybe to get his thing higher.
Yeah. 400 a week. I can't even. 400 a week.
I pay 400 a week, maybe.
Maybe we'll pay 400 a week because we're paying Kante 300 at the moment, aren't we?
I thought it was
and they reckon we're paying Havertz 380. I don't think we are, but that's what they said. Or 280, is it? Was it 280?
That was 280.
Yeah. 280, I think it is. Yeah.
I think Havertz is the highest paid player, then Kante.
Yes,
yeah. But yeah, we may at a push pay 350, 400 a week.
Wait, Max, you know what I would say though? I think if the amount of publicity, if you bring a Haaland type player to Chelsea, business wise, I think no matter how much you pay, you're always going to make that money back really quickly because the amount of business there is with him. You bring so many new fans to the club. Trust me, I think as a business deal, buying Haaland is so good, even no matter how expensive he is, because the amount of shirt sales, the amount of number of publicity deals you'll get. Like, imagine all the new kind of more obviously new businesses who see Haaland's one of meant to be one of the next great things. So then having him at your club, it's huge.
But would you say 600,000 a week?
Maybe not 600,000, but like
yeah.
To be honest, I don't think 600,000 is not even a realistic thing. I think it's just been circling around because of the player he is. I think it's going to go for that much. Like, he is only 20 years old. I don't think. You know what I mean? Like, Messi goes for 800k. You know what I mean? Like, he's not even quality. He's not Messi. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Messi will stay at Man City or Chelsea till he's 25 and then go to Real Madrid.
Yeah,
that's what I said all along. So that's why I don't think he'll probably choose one of the Spanish giants at the moment. Those Spanish people, it's not good to go when you're a youngster. As you can see in the past, they don't. What youngster's gone to one of those teams and succeeded as a 20-year-old or 21? When they're a bit older, they can go there.
You know the funny thing, I see kind of Barcelona. If Haaland goes to Barcelona, then like I see them Barcelona buying Aguero, and then imagine Aguero, Messi, and
oh man,
oh
what
no,
a scary thought that would be. Boy.
Yeah, you sort the midfielder.
Yeah, they do need sort of midfielder, but
yeah, but they need to sell players to buy players.
But you know what? You say that. I go back to McCall's tweet. Where was it again? This one.
Rather great team over a team of great.
yeah.
Yeah, would they work together? That's the thing as well. You know, you may get all these players to play in a system, but are they going to work together? You know, who's going to go play out wide, for instance?
But you know, actually, all these connections of like now today with obviously, I don't think it's really much. I think it's just normal, like people just chatting and trying to make different deals. You know, they're having a look at their players at the moment, Raiola and Haaland's father. You know, they're just out. They're just like, you know, they're just looking at all the competition.
Wing up
that's it. They're putting the feelers out. They wouldn't put the feelers out.
Seeing what there is, and to be honest, for me, I don't think this with money wise. I don't think it's that. I think this is how it's going to work. I think they're going to go to many clubs in the next month or two. Look at what each club offers them, and then once they decide, okay, which club is best suited for Haaland's career, because his dad has a massive part to play. Because I think his dad is much into wanting to because they want to have they want Haaland's development to be good. Yeah, so I think seeing what clubs will say, then once they decide, okay, these are the two clubs that are best suited for his development, then they will actually then start a bidding war. I don't see something where it's like, oh, the most person that pays the most money does this. I think it's going to be based on the relationship that Haaland and Raiola and especially the father will have with each club, and then once they decide, then I think then that's when the bidding wars happen.
That's why I say Man City or Chelsea, because I don't think.
Yeah.
The only problem with I think with Raiola is Pep for Man City.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I know he doesn't get on with.
Yeah, just imagine seeing Holland. You see Leeds United coming in for Holland, saying that, oh, you're in your academy, come back.
To be honest, yeah, I don't really see Man City even. Yes, they have a chance against Haaland, but I just think they're not going to sign him, because Man City, in all their business that they've done, from Jorginho to Koulibaly to Van Dijk, Maguire, they hate a bidding war. They don't like a bidding war.
Yeah,
they always want to buy a player. They don't enjoy bidding wars. They just pay full cash, and it's like they're not. They always want to buy players, and I really think because obviously it's only March now. You know what I mean? Like the summer, the Euros are going to be on. Like it's still a very long summer, and trust me, in 2 months' time, there's going to be more news for new sources and new players like Martinez, João Felix. There's going to be more strikers talk. The reason why Haaland is talked so much is because obviously he's just like it's Haaland, but I think there's going to be a lot more. It's going to be a lot more media. And more media chat, more transfer rumors in 2-3 months.
Yeah, two things there. Yeah, good points. With the Barcelona thing, if I was a player and I'm looking at Barcelona, do I want to join them at this moment in time? Probably not. The club's a mess at the moment. They're in a rebuild, and I wouldn't want. I want to see what they're doing, because they just disjointed. The midfield needs sorting out. The defense needs sorting out. And even up at front, you know, Griezmann's not the player he was before. Messi wants out.
At least he's scoring.
Yeah, I saw that brilliant goal he scored for France the other day. That was fantastic.
Yeah, the only goal that they scored.
Yeah, but I just think I wouldn't want to go there at this time at the moment. And
say Chelsea PSG.
Second,
I'll say Chelsea PSG probably the.
PSG probably not. Why do you want to PSG? If he wants to build up,
they spend silly money on any player.
If he wants to build up his stats, then probably, yeah.
That is crazy.
He spent 168 and 250 on Neymar and.
You know the other thing of Haaland. Sorry, you know the other thing of Haaland. I think he's that kind of player that knows that he's what. You can tell, like even especially that game against Sevilla and stuff. You know he's a cocky. guy who knows what he wants and he's gonna go get it, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's only 20 years old and he already has that. So we all know that. I think he's gonna also have a big part in playing where he really wants to go, because I feel like he just already knows what he wants to do with his career. Is like, yes, okay, he's just determined. You can tell he's a determined guy.
Yeah.
And and what I said before the other day, actually, I said, you know, he's not always gonna choose the bigger club, because he had this opportunity to go to Manchester United, but he didn't. He went to Dortmund because that was better for his career path, and then so he's going to be measured. Definitely going to be measured in his approach for his next club. Yeah. So I would go
on. You actually said that a while ago, and one thing that actually came into my mind was his personality is that way, but imagine what his personality might be when he comes when he comes to the Premier League, and you know he starts scoring goals, and then eventually let's say something happens to him. Do you think that it might affect his performance when he comes back from injury, if he has an injury?
No, he's got as Alex has said before, and I agree. The mentality of his play. I like the mentality of him. Everything I've seen in his career at the moment, he's going to succeed because he's got that. That's why I think he's going to be up there with the greats, because he's got the talent and the mentality to go with it. So
only player has both.
Yeah. So when someone's got something like that, that's why everyone wants him. Hey Chelsea, stand over here, mate.
I think that's one of the reasons why everyone is really excited about him. It's not just his talent; it's actually his attitude. You know, he's got this.
What's today's stream about?
Zlatan kind of Ibrahimovic style.
What's today's stream about?
Oh, first of all, we were talking about the 10 worst strikers at Chelsea since. Yeah, and then we went on to talk. We're talking strikers at the moment, so we're talking about Ireland and
the talk of the year.
Yeah, so Haaland and Werner.
Did you see Werner's miss?
Yeah,
God.
What's your opinion on Timo Werner? Do you like him or?
Here comes the rant.
I can't say anything. I'm not saying anything. He's just rubbish.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Come on, spill.
Really? Come on! You chose the wrong time. You chose the wrong time to be quiet, man. You chose the wrong time to be quiet, man.
Rubbish. Complete.
This is the free speech world. Trust me. This is the channel where you can
the new unfiltered.
Yeah.
Unfiltered. Yeah.
So take it away, Chelsea stand.
Yep. Unbelievable. Can't believe what.
But do you think he'll make it at Chelsea though, or did you think that's it? It's a waste of money.
I thought he would have made it at Chelsea, but I don't know. I think it's got to do with confidence again. I really think it's got to do with confidence. He's too I don't know. I don't know how to say it. I know he has that in him, that he has a scoring mentality. He's a striker, but for some reason I don't know. He's had it's his first season as well, and we're at the end of the season now, and he still hasn't. I don't think he's adapted still, which he should have. I think Havertz has adapted, and he is starting to show us that he's showing us he's showing us that he is 80 million. He's showing us that.
Yeah,
he's starting to come in. You can see it as well.
That's so true.
But in Werner, you can't really. I don't know.
Well, at least he's not that big money signing, though. At least Werner's that big money signing.
Jesus,
the bigger money signing. So,
Tyrone, imagine how, even. Thank the Lord that we actually we signed him with that release clause, because if not, many clubs would have wanted like 80 million for him. So
can you imagine? Can you imagine? We wait. That would have been 160 million spent on him, 150 on him and Kepa combined. Can you imagine that?
Oh, let's not let
come on. I don't like the hate Kepa's getting right now. I don't like the hate Kepa's getting. He hasn't been bad. Kepa hasn't been bad. Kepa has not been bad. He's still not. His worth is actually 50 million.
No, I don't think I don't think he's a Chelsea. He's not that Chelsea player. He's still not that. Just because these are rubbish teams that he's playing. You have to still think as it this way. He's playing in the FA Cup. You play against the team.
That's disrespectful. That is disrespectful.
In the FA Cup, then.
Which
Tyrone? Is this tongue in cheek, Tyrone? Do you really rate him?
Which elite team has he played against that he's kept a clean sheet?
None.
I don't know. Can anyone think of one team that he's played against?
City in the Carabao Cup.
He started. Did he not start in a Premiership game?
He started against. Was it Wolves?
Who was it? Wolves. Was it Wolves? Not Wolves. Not Wolves. It was. Was it Wolves? He started.
And he made a couple of
Wolves.
He made a couple of good saves.
It might have been Wolves. I can't remember.
I just don't think he's just because he may have these clean sheets. I don't think he's ready.
It was a midweek game. I'm sure it was It was either Wolves or.
No, I'm not ready for him.
It was a 0-0 draw, wasn't it? Or was it Everton?
If we had Kepa in against Atletico Madrid in the second leg, we would have conceded a goal.
We can't. We're speaking about what if.
If we had him against Leeds, if we had him against Leeds, we'd have lost that game.
Yeah, that I agree 100%.
That's not the trade of the season. People are saying the one against Liverpool last season. Arsenal's one. No, Mendy's one was better.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I mean, I don't think he's. I don't think he's Chelsea quality, to be honest with you. I think he's had his chance to prove it, Kepa, and I think he's just completely.
What goalkeepers have been Chelsea quality apart from Petr Cech and
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Let's Petr Cech be the goalkeeping sculpture these days because he knows man. Yeah, he's a snake now. He's a snake now to people.
Goalkeeper.
The thing is, take away all the hate we've got for Courtois because of the way that he left. He was a good goalkeeper.
I want to face Real Madrid.
I still remember the day he and Hazard took a picture of each other, and look what they've done now to Real Madrid. They took that picture.
I want Real Madrid. I want us to beat Porto, get Real Madrid.
Does anyone remember that?
Absolutely missing Sergio Ramos for 2 games.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. What we say? There's 3 people talking at once.
No, it was like.
So Tyrone, you said you really want us to play them so that we can and Courtois makes a howler. That'd be good. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then he just tries. He cries and then he's disappointed.
And he turns into a snake and slips back.
Yeah. He just like.
Oh man.
And Chelsea Stan, what are you saying? You're saying something as well. Chelsea Stan, what were you saying? It was something about Hazard, I think.
Hazard and Courtois. That picture. It was sent. It went viral on Twitter, I think.
Was that just when he was becoming his agent and told him to move from Chelsea? Was it that one?
I think it's that.
I can't remember.
I think it was that one.
Yeah, and Alex, were you saying something as well?
Actually, I hate it.
Daniel, I thought you were saying something as well.
I was saying Sergio Ramos is going to miss both games, so I think.
Yeah.
Advantage Liverpool, isn't it?
Really?
I think he'll be fit, no?
He's going in.
Advantage Liverpool.
He might be fit, though,
just
no?
like advantage.
I heard that Ramos might miss it as well. I heard about it.
And Lewandowski's going to miss the Manchester City game as well, isn't he?
Lewandowski's going to miss the PSG game.
PSG game, sorry. PSG, 2 of them.
Has anyone heard about the Marquee game?
They're going to the finals.
Has that been finalised with Liverpool or something?
The Konate deal?
Did you guys see that now we're playing in Spain for both games of the legs?
Let's play Giroud for both legs.
We're playing
this unfair, man. That's so unfair.
For both legs, you sure?
Play our ground.
At least I want to say, I think it's because of the Euros, because they want to host it in England, the whole thing.
That's not fair. It's not, when we play our ground, we're more likely to
It is. Let's just show them. Let's show them that we don't need
Just
home advantage
comfortable.
to
I
win.
feel like
It's a neutral ground
just
for both.
comfortable.
Yeah,
Because
so
it's on our
the same
side,
stadium
and
in 2 weeks.
if it's on our side, then it's more comfortable.
No, but it's because they want to make it fair for both teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Porto are the underdogs.
We'll
Yeah.
go through. For sure.
Sorry, guys, I lost you all in a minute. Someone was coming to look at my new conservatory. I'll do a video inside the new
Oh,
conservatory.
excellent. Nice.
Yeah.
What Wi-Fi did you get?
Sorry? I'm going to do a
Wi-Fi.
video outside the conservatory because the inside hasn't been done yet. The guy who's going to be decorating it has just come to have a look at it. I got these guys. There were 4 guys called Conservative UK, giving them a bit of a shout out. And they were from Blackpool, all Blackpool supporters. So we spent half the time talking about football. So it's great.
Talking about League One.
Yeah, but we spoke about when they were in the Premier League at one stage. Remember, with Holloway. With Holloway, Holloway took them up into the Premier League. They played some good football in their first season.
Wait, didn't Blackpool lose to Chelsea?
3-1.
7-1.
I think it's 2 goals from Lampard. We beat them 3-1 at their ground. Yeah. Hey, Rubber, how you doing, mate? Yeah.
I was just gonna say, guys, as people talk about players to look out for the future. There's one player, as it goes, that we may. I don't know if you guys want to go and check it out. His name is Jonathan David. He's a Canadian striker.
Doesn't he play in the French league at the moment? Is it Monaco?
Yeah, he came. Yeah, he came from what do you call it? He looks a really
David.
good prospect.
We were linked with last season. Actually, we actually linked with him last season.
Is he Canadian?
What's
He's
that,
Canadian.
Canadian striker. Yeah, Jonathan
comedian.
He's very good. Very good player.
You can't remember.
They've got some good players, haven't they, from Canada?
21 years.
They've got Alphonso Davies.
Alphonso Davies, his dad's a Chelsea fan as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He actually does. He actually looks good as well.
Davies looks well. He destroyed us.
Cool.
You see that?
got that
There's a
height.
video and he says he's watching a football game. He says, "Who's he watching?" He says Chelsea because his dad's a Chelsea fan or something like that.
Yeah.
He's 21.
He ain't even that. He's only
he is
30
Jonathan
million.
David. You talking about Jonathan David, Tyrone? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jonathan David.
David, yeah.
So how about him then?
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Let me just read a tweet for you. I was just looking at Jan Kvortov, who's also knows Haaland and his family quite well. So this is regarding the Haaland and Barcelona links. Apparently, Alfie Haaland and agent Riola were in this was 4 hours ago, mind you. We're in Barcelona now. Dortmund, no chance we'll sell him. Interesting. So Dortmund don't want to sell at the moment.
Yeah, less than 150.
But they would say, but they're out of the Champions League. No, the game can change if no Champions League next season. So we want that will be support. Will be any team against Dortmund like we were last season. Any team against Bayer Leverkusen. So
it'll be Man City then, isn't it? We'll cheer for Man City.
Yeah, man.
So we'll not sell under 150 million
Can
euro.
they beat Man City
anyway.
first, then cheer against them?
Yeah, afterwards, yeah.
Max, I do think Dortmund will sell him though. I think they are.
Yeah, we'll not sell for under 150 million euro,
which we will do.
But again, as we said already, Barcelona have got so much debt, so that's why I can't see them in the running. To be honest, they can't afford it.
So I quote tweeted it saying, "Are they lying about their billion in debt then?"
Yeah, unless what they're going to do, because sometimes you work out a deal over installments. So you put. That's why I think that's what we did with Kepa. We put Kepa on a 7-year deal, and the reason we did that was because of the the reason it was done was because of the coefficient,
No, I know.
and because over a certain, you pay a certain amount over the 7-year period, so it doesn't look like 70 million over that period. So that's the way that it works for accounting purposes.
The onto Madrid now.
Barcelona and Real Madrid get given a lot of money from the government.
Yes.
A lot of money. Like Real Madrid get a lot of loans from the government. And
I was gonna say
obviously the government don't want to lose one of their main assets. Even if they're in debt, a bank is still never gonna want Barcelona to go under, same as Real Madrid. So they might even have to pay the debt as much as they have to. It's a bit. To be honest, I don't know too much about it, but I better had a bit of a read about it.
Yeah, I've read that as well. I've heard that. other things like that. So that's and plus the TV deal. They can work out their own TV deals, can't they? It's not like here where we have a share of it. So everyone and one in the Premier League. That's why I think we're very competitive, is because we divvy the money out, whereas they can broker their own deals, and that's why they make loads of money, and the teams below
like
don't make anything.
Spanish banks just make so much money from Barcelona. Like Barcelona and Real Madrid are never ever going to be a club where they won't be in the top. They're always going to be at the top forever, because the amount of like businesses and they have with government and banks and Spanish banks and TV, like not just because of the history, it's just because of the amount of money that the banks and government invest in them.
Exactly. Yeah.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
do you guys...
Raiola is now at Real Madrid.
That's what I said. They're going around Spain at the moment. They're going to be going around Spain. It's probably next stop is England to see Man City and Chelsea's proposal. So.
Oh no!
I think we're gonna have a better proposal. I
guys,
think.
Don't get worried. Like this summer's gonna be like.
I'm not. Yeah,
anything can happen. Anything can happen.
I think they'll go to Chelsea last. I think they'll be the best.
It's gonna be.
Save the best for that.
Yeah.
2012 all over again.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, if we
just striker, we forgot about Fernando Torres.
If we win a Champions
League,
I think Haaland is going to come.
Yeah, we forgot about Fernando Torres. He brought him for 50 million, didn't we?
Yeah. We mentioned him earlier in the stream.
He's going to come.
Oh, we need to pray for Verno. We need to ask Thiago Silva to pray for Verno. We had David Luiz who did it for Torres. So let's just ask.
Put his hand on his head, and
listen. I'm not giving up on Timo Werner. Yeah, I think he's still going to come good.
Next season, I said the first season he's got 11 assists and is it 8 goals or something?
Eight goals this season.
And he gets the penalties. Or
8 goals, 11 assists.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad. That is so sad.
Tyrone, actually, here's another one for you. Last time we won the Champions League with a Brazilian centre back.
Oh yeah, I know who he's talking about.
Yeah, David Luiz.
No.
And the penalty kick.
Oh, that's going to be so
bad. Torres missed an open goal versus Man United in 2012, was it?
Yeah.
Oh no. The thing, it would have been nice if we had an English defender, but we don't. Yes. The only defender that is close to Europe is either
and Gary Cahill.
Yeah. We don't have anybody who could be Gary Cahill. Probably Christensen. I don't know.
Yeah, homegrown. So we could throw that in. He's a homegrown player, so yeah, he could be our Cahill.
At least this time it's AC and not GC. No.
Anyway, I'm gonna go on. Someone's gonna talk. I'm gonna be on for about another 3 or 4 minutes because I know everyone wants to get ready for Easter and whatever. I just want to talk about the kit as a last subject.
Oh God!
It looks like
what the hell is it?
Apparently, that's not the real kit. Apparently, they put the real version in.
It looks like they gave it to a 5-year-old to draw.
So that's not the real kit, you're saying, Daniel?
Apparently.
That can't be the real kit. They cannot be the real kit. That's a joke.
A 5-year-old.
Okay, that would be very.
It would be surprising. Probably is that, Alex. You know that.
Jesus,
put it this way: if that is the real kit, we need to bin. We were to do what we did with Adidas. What we do with Nike. We just need to pay off the money and get rid of
Samsung.
But wait,
what about
Nike make good kits? I don't know what it is with Chelsea, but they must not like Chelsea something. Because they make good kits.
What about our famous, lovely orange and tangerine grey kit back in the day? Under when we
oh my God!
Coos was our sponsors back then. Yeah, I remember that.
That's probably what we got to do. That's probably the next stream. The 10 West kit.
Oh man.
I don't think we've had bad kids, really.
No,
I was going to ask about that. Has anyone heard about that?
We should do a tier list,
Hold on, right, 1 minute, Alex. Let Alex talk.
We should do a tier list of all the kits and then see which one's our favorite.
Yeah, we can do that.
Do something like that.
Yeah, I think Christian is asking if anybody knows about anything about Canate.
Who? Sorry, Canate.
Canate. He's saying the medicals are done. Apparently, he's going to Liverpool.
The latest I heard. I heard that medical thing's not true about Liverpool.
Apparently, we weren't trying to steal the deal. Apparently, but he's injury prone. So.
Yeah, he is. He is injury prone. Yeah, good player, but he's very injury prone.
The next Joe Gomez.
But that's what I'm saying. They could swap. They could probably just play half the matches each. So try and keep fit. Yeah, it's a pity. It was one of, I know that DJ
They haven't signed. Okay, cool. Luckily, they got Kabak on a loan deal. So
Kabak's awful. Kabak's useless. Apparently, Newcastle won him. That's about their level anyway. So yeah, they could take him down into the Championship.
Newcastle want Kabak.
Apparently, yeah.
You were
right.
Is by the way, speaking of Newcastle, is Christian Atsu still playing for them? Atsu?
Yeah.
Is he still there?
Yeah.
I've not seen him play. I've not seen him for a while.
He was on the bench and he comes off the bench.
I think he may have had a few injuries, but
has he? Oh, he was another one, wasn't he? I mean, who remembers Lasana Diarra? Remember him?
I was looking at Diarra the other day actually, and Diarra he played more games for Real Madrid than he did for Chelsea and Arsenal combined.
Yeah,
and he played for PSG, didn't he? Up until a couple of seasons ago.
I think he was. I think he could have worked. I think he was. I mean, people talk about Kante bought out of nothing. No one knew about Kante.
The top 10 strikers or something.
We've done the worst strikers this time.
Oh, worst strikers.
Who are yours stand? Sorry,
well, the worst strikers.
We haven't had 10 under Abramovich. No, I don't think so. Yeah.
Well, the worst striker I would say was Murata.
He was my worst as well. He was down my worst though.
The worst. Then after that, it's Higuain.
Oh, come on, no.
Higuain's record wasn't too bad actually. We didn't play.
He scored.
He was in my top 10 of worst, but yeah.
Oh, you were right. You were actually right. It's England next for Mino Raiola.
Hey, I thought of another striker.
Me and Raiola would sign Lukaku, but we signed Morata instead.
Max, I thought of another striker you missed. I don't know if you mentioned it. I don't know if it's because you didn't put it on your list. Remember Paul Furlong?
Furlong, yes. But
he was another one. He wasn't.
Furlong was good. I remember, did he score? No, it was Gavin Peacock, I thought. Gavin Peacock scored. Well, we won 6-0 against, it was a QPR or Sunderland. And Furlong scored there. Furlong and Steen, wasn't it? Furlong and Steen.
Mark Steen,
They had a decent partnership going on. And you know his son, he plays for, was it the QPR? He's got a son who plays for QPR.
Okay.
Yeah. That was under the Hoddle. He was there when Hoddle was there, wasn't it? At the beginning of the Hoddle.
Yeah.
Wait, Furlong?
Paul Furlong, yeah.
Paul Furlong,
yeah. His son plays for West Brom.
Is it West Brom now? Yeah, he used to be at QPR. I think he moved to West Brom. Yeah, but did you? I always remember Mark Steen would always go down in Coke. Do you remember that game, DJ, when we played Tottenham and we beat them 4-3? I think we're 3-1 up. But they came back and then Mark Steen scored right near the end and we beat them 4-3.
Did John Spencer score in that game as well?
He might have done. Yeah, that was a televised game. That's before, guys. You're lucky.
Yeah,
back then, when we were growing up, we used to have Chelsea. Just used to be on the TV once probably twice a season, wasn't it, DJ?
Yeah,
because they didn't have they only had live matches on ITV. Sky wasn't around at the beginning, and then ITV just used to show one live match a week. So that was usually Arsenal, Man United.
And
sorry, Alex, what were you saying?
You guys had it hard.
What's that, Alex?
Sorry. No, I guess you had to go to the stadiums to.
You had to go to stadiums to watch the game. Yeah, definitely.
Or if you go and watch them away, because I remember Ken Bates had no TV. He had so many fallouts of the TV rights that we never used to get a chance to watch Chelsea on TV at Stamford Bridge. So if the only time you ever watch Chelsea is if you watched them playing at Anfield or Manchester United or somewhere else. Otherwise, you'd have to just go and watch the games live at Stamford Bridge. But we never had them much on TV back then.
Yeah.
Well, I swear you were able to watch the games from the car park, weren't you? Wasn't there like used to be like a huge car park at the old before we got refurbished?
Sorry, my Wi-Fi is so bad.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could, if you're going to see. I mean, in terms of going to watch a match, you could obviously go to Stamford Bridge to watch the games. I'm just saying in general. Yeah, in terms of you talking about the big televised screens you're talking about.
No. In general,
I was going to say,
was Stamford Bridge once? Didn't Stamford Bridge once have like a car park next to it?
Yeah, just a car park around and
and a
round.
race, and it had a racing ground track as well.
Yeah, the racetrack, and then all the cars were actually parked inside the grounds. Yeah, it was strange. It was so far away from the pitch back then as well. So it wasn't that intimidating because of the distance it was away from the pitch. Yeah. And that was when we had the old benches as well. We used to sit on benches rather than on one side where the West Stand is now. That's where the benches were. Yeah. So,
wow.
So you used to sit on benches.
Back in the day, don't forget about the
it was standing,
that video
the standing area as well.
Fulham Stadium they still have benches because a friend of mine is a Fulham supporter, so I've been on a couple of games of Fulham.
Yeah,
just invited me and stuff, and parts of the stadium still have benches, and seats. It's crazy.
Would you guys like standing back? I love standing back again. I know
back in the day,
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
What a game.
And I think that's the atmosphere. I think it's Dortmund who have one end which is standing. I
think it's Dortmund.
And that creates so much atmosphere. So I think, and then that way, all the singers and things could congregate all together in the standing end.
Didn't you
Because it was talked about, wasn't it? Yeah. It was talked about. Yeah, I used to stand in the shed a lot. Yeah.
What happened to Hillsborough, innit? That's why the
Hillsborough disaster.
Yeah, it did.
Max, they still do it today, you know. I think there's still a lot of people that still, especially
people do stand. People
do stand still. So
yeah. I remember once when we played Liverpool once in the Champions League, and for the whole game we just stood up. We stood up for the whole game. Yeah, and the stewards they just get, because everyone was standing. They just got fed up with telling people to sit down after a while, so everyone just stood up for that game. So yeah, it was such an intense game as well. I think that one. So
that's what made me hate Liverpool because of those Champions League nights.
Oh man.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And the days when Liverpool used to dominate in the whole 80s, bro, is another one. They won every year. They won the title.
Yeah, they did.
Man. Seriously. Honestly.
That was so cool. Yeah.
Man City at the moment, Joe.
But it was more dominant because with Man City they've just done. They did one back to back, didn't they? Then it was Liverpool to Man City, but it was just Liverpool.
Oh, Everton, they had some players. Some players, though, didn't they? Honestly,
Everton
Liverpool
came in a couple of. Everton challenged them for a period. Remember, Everton were under Howard Kendall.
Yeah,
they were good. Yeah, and they challenged for a bit.
Everton never challenged for the title. Probably when I wasn't born.
Everton were good. Everton were they had some good players
but Liverpool's plays though, Max, back in the day, my goodness me, they had some plays, didn't they?
Yeah, but everyone talk about Chelsea's success. Liverpool went out and just bought the best players available.
Yeah.
It annoyed me because John Barnes, the best player at Watford, they went out and bought John Barnes. What annoyed me though was because we wanted David James at the time, and Liverpool didn't really need him. But Liverpool went out and bought David James. So once Liverpool bid for him, then we just were blown out the water. And then the worst one for me was that Ray Houghton when he was at Aston Villa, because Liverpool were so well equipped in the midfield area, and we were just so close to buying him. Last minute, Liverpool came in and said, "No, we want him," and he went to Liverpool, and that's what made me hate Liverpool even more. You know,
Peter kind of what we did. Another one.
Yeah. But it's kind of what we did with like the likes of Ryan Phillips. They didn't need them, but we just stopped everyone else. Yeah.
I have a quick question. What do you guys think about Conor Gallagher?
You know what, Tyrone? You're weird. I was going to ask that question actually.
Really?
So on the same wavelength, because we're playing West Bromwich Albion next, and they said that he may come back to Chelsea next season.
Yeah, some other guys says that he wished that he wouldn't be at Chelsea, but they're going down possibly. So,
but Tyrone, that's Sam.
Hey Chris.
Sam. Yeah, he's always.
Yeah, Gallagher, I think he's good. If if Ruben Loftus-Cheek doesn't come back, and it doesn't look like Barkley, although probably no one wants to buy him now because he's gone downhill at Villa. But if he's going to come back as a backup midfielder, then
he doesn't mind it. He doesn't mind it because he did it under Sarri.
Yeah, and you know what I can see with what I like about Gallagher as well is the fact that he can score goals as well. He's that box to box who's got a shot and he can shoot from distance. But judging him as he played for West Brom and judging him for for Chelsea, totally, because a lot of teams wouldn't play that low block against West Brom. So maybe he's getting more opportunities. It's going to be a different.
Yeah, I rate Gallagher. He's actually very good. I can see that.
He's got that mentality as well.
Sounds like he can't play Saturday.
Yeah, he can't play Saturday. So that's good. Yeah.
I think though, if we pursue Menino, which looks like is actually a story, it's not actually a fake story. I think we are going in for the player. I think I can't see Gallagher or Gallagher staying. I think he'll be one either to loan out or he'll go. There's also
a lot depends on that, on the Menino deal. I think,
and they also talk.
There's
about
one player, I read about this.
One minute, Chelsea stand 1 minute. Let's DJ.
Sorry, guys. I was just going to say, I was also going to say that if Menino was to come in, there's also talk that maybe he might put some pressure on Billy Gilmore's game time as well.
I was going to say to you, if he comes, I reckon Billy Gilmore will go out on loan anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But 13 million's not a bad. It's a snip for him, no.
13 million is good. Have you seen him?
I've only seen clips of him.
If anyone hasn't seen this guy, go and look at him on YouTube. He looks good. Menino, Menino, and he looks good. And he's quite versatile as well because he's like the Kimmich. They said he's a Yaya Toure, but he's more of a Kimmich.
What position does he play?
He can play right
midfield,
back or he can play holding midfield.
Yeah, 20 years old.
Yeah.
He's Brazilian.
Yeah, he's a Brazilian guy.
Gabriel Menino, that's his name.
Menino, yeah. So what are you saying, Chelsea stand? Were you saying something? Were you going to say something?
So I thought about this player who he's been on loan to several clubs, and he's only started like 3-4 times, and his name is Piazon.
Of course.
So he's left us now. He's left us.
Yeah,
he was the most loans. How many times he's been loaned out?
He's found a home in Portugal now. He's playing for the Portuguese team in Portugal now.
How's he getting on?
Yeah,
he never got a chance at Chelsea.
He never did. He had the odd chance here and there. He didn't get full on games though.
Remember what they labelled him as? Who did they remember? The new who? Can you remember?
I remember what his name does. Yeah, I don't want to say though. I'll let them guess. But I know who he was named under.
What is it?
He even looked like him as well.
Yeah, he did look like him as well.
Oh my gosh!
Another countryman.
What's that guy's name? I know. What's that guy's name?
The guy's a legend. The guy's a legend. He's Brazilian. Brazilian. He's a legend in Brazilian football. Yeah.
Oh,
he looks a bit like him.
Yeah.
Who is it? I know.
Brazil, his playing style was similar as well.
Excellent. He played. If we tell you any more, you'll get it. Alex and I'm sure Alex and Daniel will get it if I tell it. Say the names.
He's only got 2 letters in his name, but they're both the same. He's got 4 letters in his name, but 2 of them are the same. There you go.
I know who this guy is.
Do we need to give you guys any more clues?
Max, can I just say something? Yeah, I was going to say, Max, that name, Alex just got it. That name we have. Do you know what that means in Portuguese?
What's that?
That name, Kaká. It means it means shit basically.
Really? So why are they giving that name? He was far from that anyway. He was far from that. He was one of my best players when he was at AC.
He's an excellent player. That's why he's in Portuguese. Honestly,
that was superb.
He was my. I used to love it because I used to play FIFA 11 and he was on the cover of it. So
yeah, he was superb. A superb player, that guy. Yeah. So before we leave, again, just one more thing before we leave.
Ollie has been sacked.
Who?
Ollie.
No, he hasn't.
Has he?
Has he?
Oh,
was it April Fool's? Is that April Fool's?
I just
April
remember.
Fools,
I just remember. Yeah, it is April Fool's.
But then you can't say, unless you have to do it before midday, though. That's the thing.
Sky Sports, though. Sky Sports.
Do you know? Do you know what the first?
If you turn it over,
Do you know the first April Fool's Day joke I woke up to this morning on Twitter? Chelsea were in
Haaland.
No, we were in advanced talks with Lucas Vasquez from Real Madrid. Advanced talks, yeah.
Oh god.
Cheers for the super chat, Bobby.
The first one I heard was what was it? Thomas Tuchel is plans to leave at the end of the season. That's what I heard.
By Steve Bruce getting sacked by Newcastle and replaced by.
I heard that Haaland was in.
But who? Sorry, Daniel. Who was that?
Steve Bruce getting sacked and being replaced by Frank Lampard. That was
oh
my
god!
You know what, mate? That wouldn't surprise me if that was to happen anyway. To be fair.
But yeah, I did say I wasn't going to go on Twitter till after midday because there were going to be so many silly stories going on.
Oh man!
Mine was
contact with.
Yeah, Bobby, as I said, thanks for the super chat, mate. Appreciate that. Just before we go, I'm just going to say just one go around to ask each of you one question. Because as we've been talking about strikers, and this has been a striker program, I'm going to ask you guys, if we can't get Haaland or Lukaku, who's the next one on your list that you'll get? Or would you stick with what we got? So I'll start with Tyrone, and I'll just work my way around.
Love it. I was hoping you'd ask this question. I would go with Raul Jimenez, to be fair. Well, that's if he gets back in form.
Would you test him out first to see what his head's like? Obviously, as he said, that bad head.
And it would be perfect too because Tammy nearly joined Wolves, so probably in a way we could get him and then they can get Tammy because he wanted to go to Wolves.
Yeah, that's a good shout. I like that. So Alex.
So if he can't sign Lukaku and Haaland, Harry Kane.
Oh. That's obviously that's the wish list, but
okay. Let me give you another option.
But I'm saying just throw Kane in because the only reason I'm going to throw Kane in because Levy never sells to Chelsea, so that's a no. I didn't even forgot about that's a no starter because of Levy.
Maybe João Felix. I'll go for João Felix.
Okay, interesting.
You just brought up something.
I think Lautaro Martinez can be good, but I would prefer João Felix over Lautaro Martinez.
Okay, interesting. Okay. All right, Chelsea stand, your turn.
You're on mute. He's on mute.
All right, let's go to DJ Sav. We'll go to Chelsea stand later.
If we can't get Haaland and we can't get or Lukaku, then for me it's only got to be one, and we'll get him on a free, and that's Sergio Aguero.
Sergio Aguero, yeah. Good shout. Good goal. Who knows where the back of the net is?
Yeah.
Daniel.
He plays for Celtic. French striker Edouard.
Edouard.
Yeah. I like him. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys this. To be fair, I'm gonna say it really quickly. I actually signed João Felix, and I actually got Messi on a free.
Oh, in your fantasy. Okay. Yeah. So Chelsea stand, are you there or you disappeared?
I think he's on mute. I think, mate.
He's on mute.
You're on mute, or has he just disappeared for a little bit? I don't know.
Oh, he's probably gone to go cook his food for his dinner or something.
In the chat, Mikhail, Bobby, or anyone else, who would you sign if you can't get our number 1 or 2 targets? Or forget Harry Kane. Yeah.
Would any of you take Luka Jovic?
No.
Oh.
Hey,
no, I was just asking.
The same as.
I don't know.
I just think he'll be the same as thing. Mikhail, it's got the same as what I just said. Calvert Lewin. I'll take Calvert Lewin.
Okay.
I wanted to say that,
Yeah, he was going to be my shout because I think he's really good at it.
Yeah, I chose Raul Jimenez though because he's cheaper than Dominic Calvert-Lewin though.
Covenant will probably be like 50 mil if we try to get him.
Yeah. But as far as domination in the air, finishing,
you're
touch
right.
as well.
Covenant is not
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
See, I would have gone.
Yes, Drogba hairstyle too.
I mean, I would have said the other guy. I would have said Jonathan David, but because he's still young, I'm still going to give him time because he looks a talent, though. I tell you that.
Yeah. And the reason I'll go with Lewin as well because he plays in the Premier League, so he's used to the Premier League. He's not going to have to adjust a lot.
But remember, that's it. You have to pay someone. You probably have to pay like 70 million for him, something silly.
Yeah, we have to pay that Premier League tax on him. That's the only thing. Or we throw in Tammy Abraham in the deal or something like that.
That's why I said Edouard.
Oh, just what you said, yeah.
Because it's cheap, only about 30 million, I said.
Yeah, and don't sniff on anyone from Celtic because remember the last guy, he came from Celtic and was a big success, albeit in a different position. And
Virgil van Dijk.
Virgil van Dijk, yeah. So
do you think after next season, do you think you'll be scared of Liverpool? I wouldn't.
We don't know. You know what? They're going to have their kryptonite back.
Yes, this season. Next
season, they're going to have their kryptonite back. So they're going to be a different fans. Yeah, once the fans are back in, that gives them the extra.
Jimmy Van Dijk and Nat Phillips.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Kylian Mbappe has signed for Liverpool. Kylian Mbappe has signed for Liverpool.
Oh, is that another? Is that what?
Another April Fools,
Yeah, it's still not a midnight thing. It's still midday of where you are, isn't it? Because it's not midday, is it?
It's until midday.
Oh, it's just until midday.
It's not April Fools.
It's exactly. No, Liverpool put it out. Liverpool, the official. The official.
Obviously it was an April Fool. It was an April Fool by them. Yeah. It's the admin having a bit of a
Chelsea
laugh.
kit was an April Fool as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I heard one about Euro. I heard something about the Euros being cancelled.
Where do you live, Daniel?
I live in the UK.
No, like what you're
in the Midlands.
I'm in the Midlands.
Yeah. He's in the Midlands. Who's the closest to Chelsea's ground? Where are you, DJ?
I'm in. Do you know Boreham Wood?
Yeah.
I'm there. I'm that area, mate. I'm not nowhere near there.
I'm only like a 15-minute drive from Stamford Bridge.
Okay, where are you, Alex?
But my family live just like close to Wandsworth.
Oh, Wandsworth,
yeah. So it's not too far. So it's quite close to.
I'm like a 4-hour train ride.
Yeah.
So I live somewhere else now for uni, but.
Oh right, okay. So you're more for Wandsworth. So you're a proper.
Me and Ariola will be in England the next few weeks.
Yes, that's why I said he's coming to England next year. So, yeah. I'm probably a 35-minute drive, 40 minutes on the train from Chelsea.
40 minutes.
No, on the train. Yeah, because I'm South London and I'm more near Crystal Palace football ground. Me. So it doesn't take long.
I live in Hampstead.
Oh right, okay.
This is really sad. Yeah. This is really, really sad.
And then obviously Tyrone, you live the furthest.
Tyrone,
yeah. Really sad, man. It's really sad. Hopefully one day.
Yeah. Come one day. I've got a stepson who lives in Jamaica. Actually, he's a Manchester United supporter, though, unfortunately. And that's a classic. That's a classic in Jamaica. That's a classic. But you know what? When he came over here, he got treated. He was lucky because I managed to get some corporate tickets that day. So he actually saw a Chelsea match in the corporate end. I said it's not always like this. I don't expect it to be like this all the time. So.
Yeah, but the last game I went to was Leeds before.
Oh yeah.
Again. Yeah, I went to that.
Oh, you were one of the ones who went to that game. One of the 3,000.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Why do I think I've heard that voice before?
It was quite good, but it's not as good as when it's full.
Yeah, but it's just good to get in the ground again, isn't it? So let's hope that we can all get back to the.
I can't wait when that.
I can't wait either.
Honestly,
wake up one day and we'll go and watch it.
So you're season ticket holder then, Daniel?
At the moment, no, but I was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah, because I'm saying that because I'm a friend of my neighbour, actually. He's a West Bromwich Albion supporter. And he goes to every single match. He lives in South London. He goes to every single game, home and away. Up until 2 seasons ago, he had only missed 4 minutes of football. So, but because he travels to work now, he's missed about 4 games last season. Before lockdown, I think he only missed 4 games. But he's got like a WBA number plate as well.
My favourite match that I went to was the Champions League one where we won 4-1. That one.
Yes. Yeah.
That was my favourite one. That was a treat. That was. Right.
I don't think I've been to an away game for ages. I go to all home matches. I've just
been to an away match.
I've actually been to most away games
for an away match for ages. I think the last time I went for an away match, I can't remember when. In fact, that's so long.
Mine was Old Trafford when we lost 4-0. Old Trafford was 4-0 under Lampard.
Right. This game will be very important. This game will be important for Alonso because this will bring back deja vu for him.
The team bus when he was on it. I remember that.
Yeah, I want him to score. I want him to score, and then he just runs up to the camera and starts laughing.
Oh my gosh!
But funny enough, Daniel.
I haven't even been since this international break. I haven't even been looking at anything. I forgot we had a match on Saturday.
Yeah, I got West Brom. Yeah, but talking about the Midlands, Daniel.
I thought I was in the week.
Hold on, sit down. I'm talking. Yeah, the talking about the Midlands. That's where I think I've been to the most away games for Chelsea because I've actually been to watch us against Nottingham Forest, Derby, West Brom, Aston Villa, and Leicester.
Leicester.
Yeah.
Stoke. I've been to Stoke. Stoke Chelsea.
In fact, I actually do remember my last away match. It was actually the Emirates Stadium, Arsenal. That's it. When there was no lockdown.
Yeah.
Mum was at the office this morning.
Yeah. I'll just leave you with one story before I go. It's about these guys who did my conservatory. They obviously I said they were from Blackpool, and you talk. They go to quite a lot of games as well. So they said they've both been to both Tottenham and Arsenal game, and they said when they were at the Arsenal game, the Arsenal fans went up to them and said, look, we're okay, but you've got to be careful of all the Tottenham fans because they'll stab you and they'll do all sorts and everything else. But then he said when he went to the Tottenham match now, the Tottenham guys came up to him and said, yeah, we're all right, but the Arsenal fans, you've got to watch out for them because they'll stab you. That did make me chuckle. Yeah. Anyway, guys, at that point, so it's great debate. So, we all agree that probably Morata's the worst then.
Yep.
Did we all agree on that one?
Yeah.
The best striker at Chelsea. Did you do one?
We haven't done one. We could do a best one because I did a video on that one. We could do a best striker. A bit.
Who would you take?
Mine's
Drogba for me, for everything that he's won and
Max, is it wrong to say that maybe Morata's had a better season than Timo Werner?
By far.
If you look at it, of course he has. He has. He has. But what I'm talking about, I didn't want to put. I thought it was a bit unfair. To put it.
I would say it though, like this though.
But he played more games than Morata.
He doesn't even have the number 9. Apparently, the number 9 is a cursed number.
It is, mate. It is.
Yeah, it is.
What number does Timo Werner have?
11.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's different leagues as well.
Yeah, but to be fair, Morata did have a good start for us onto his head.
Did he get a hat-trick?
Yeah. He was a bad player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I just didn't like it. He just again very weak mentality and his attitude. I didn't want to be here in the first place anyway.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Yeah, but what he's doing for Juve, he's doing quite good for them, though.
What's that? Sorry?
He's doing quite good for Juve, though.
Yeah.
You see the goal he scored the other day as well in international. That was a very good goal. Did you see the goal he scored?
Yeah.
Very good.
Timo Werner is not going to score a goal like that before.
Yeah.
Come on. Leave the guy alone, man. Leave the guy alone, man. He has too much love in his game.
I'm not. Morata's talented. You can see that he's talented,
Yeah.
but talent.
How do you? I want to ask something about YouTube, something like that. Yeah. How do you make your screen like you're in some like there's a screen behind you and you can change it whatever picture you want to.
Green screen.
Oh, okay. Green screen.
So what you need to do, you need to either buy yourself a green screen, and you pull it up behind you, and then once
Is it big?
I'm giving you guys the YouTube tips here, my editing tips.
Yeah.
So no, they're quite cheap. You get a green screen. You can get a green screen for £10 or something, or even less than that. So what you do, you find a backdrop to put your green screen on, and then once you've put your green screen on, and good lighting as well is a key. So have some decent lighting, like a ring light. Get a ring light's probably £20. A decent ring light could do the job, because if you haven't got the good lighting, your green screen's not going to work properly. So you shoot your video, and then when you do your editing now, you've got to go to what you call chroma mode and switch to chroma mode, and then you can put your image, any image behind there on the thing. If you want Bluetooth, I can do a tutorial with you. Not what I'm calling you Bluetooth, Chelsea Stand. I can do a tutorial with you a bit later to show you what you need to do. I've got no problems with that. So, yeah.
I need editing tips as well, because Baggy literally embarrassed me, to be fair. Embarrassed me on his channel, man.
I thought he could have said that. I thought he should have said that to you privately, actually. So.
I got a favourite.
Recently or long time.
You got a favourite? Who's got a favourite?
There's a show that I'm going on tomorrow. It's like a Chelsea show.
Yeah.
I need some people on it. Like, we need some more Chelsea fans on it.
Which show is it, bro?
6 o'clock.
And
which show is it?
Which show is
That's good for me. That's good for me.
Let's talk EPL.
Yeah.
Okay. Send Daniel, just DM me the details in Twitter, and I'll come on for a bit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no worries. Always happy to help out other Chelsea channels.
Yeah. Sorry, Daniel. What's the channel called again, Daniel?
Let's talk EPL.
Let's talk EPL.
Let's talk Premier League. Sorry, but he's got a Twitter.
Okay,
Let's
mate,
talk.
no problem.
I'll find that.
I'll find that.
Yeah. All right, no worries.
So far, got the real Chris.
Real Chris. Oh, he's with you, is he? Is Johnny on there as well?
He'll be on for the first time, yeah.
Oh, did you just say? Oh, come on, no.
Johnny, he's good. Well, he's got some. Yeah, he's good. He's.
Johnny's good, man.
He's excellent.
He's. Oh gosh, man.
Johnny's all right. Johnny's okay.
He's just very defensive on Mason Mount.
On Mason Mount. Yeah.
No. He has an issue with some other players. He's not fair in his.
If it was to say, I want to say this for the England squad, yeah. I would say one player in particular. I don't know if anyone's going to disagree or agree with it, but Grealish or Mount.
Oh God! Why did you have to say the name?
Two different players.
Different.
I don't know.
They can both play on the same. They can both play on the pitch at the same time.
We can't start a new debate now about that, because I said I'll be here till about 10 o'clock. My wife is already giving me daggers because I've been on there long.
Okay, no.
Oh, I know that is no.
We could do a Grealish. We could do a Mason Mount. We can invite Johnny on, and we could have a Mason Mount day.
Oh no! I don't want to hear his voice for 2 hours.
Listen.
I don't want to hear his voice for 2 hours. I don't want to hear his voice for 2 hours. That's terrible.
No, just to end on the debate of those two, you can have Grealish and Mount playing on the same team. Yeah, one can play on the wing, one can play in midfield.
Yeah,
Foden and Mount are playing in the same team, so why not?
Yeah,
that's going to happen with Gareth Southgate. Change that manager.
Yeah, he's going to
give it to Lampard. Lampard plays English.
Lampard will finish that team off. English. This is a new generation of England, and Gareth Southgate isn't the one to take England forward and try and win something.
All right, so let me cut you there, guys, because I really do need to go. Enjoy your Easter, everyone. So have a great Friday. Have a good Friday.
Happy for you and your whole family, mate. Yeah.
Cheers. And I'll try and get on the show tomorrow, Daniel. Yeah, send the details. I'll try and get on for an hour or so. Yeah. Okay. Then. Cheers, mate.
I have to give the link as well.
See you guys in a bit.
Take care, guys. See you later. Peace out, guys. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.